Live from John Barnes Field on the campus of Los Alamitos High School, you're watching Los Alamitos Griffins football. Hello everyone and welcome to Griffins News broadcast of tonight's Sunset League showdown between the Edison Chargers and your Los Alamitos Griffins. I'm Kent Bickel, and together with Justin Connolly, we'll be bringing you all the action from tonight's contest between these two longtime Sunset League rivals. With the Griffins and Chargers ranked number 5 and number 7 respectively in the county, Justin, this sets the stage for a big-time contest between these two teams.
A big-time contest versus two big-time rivals. Edison got the best of us last year, Kent, and we're looking to return the favor this year.
Well, I'll tell you what, the Griffins are led on offense by sophomore quarterback Malachi Nelson, who enters tonight's game completing 65% of his passes for 476 yards and 7 touchdowns. His primary target's been fellow sophomore Mekhi Lemon, who has brought in 13 receptions for 218 yards and 2 touchdowns to go along with a nifty 49-yard touchdown pass last week.
And for all intents and purposes, Kent, we're going to go along and tell you that's a 7-1-4 connection right there. Malachi Nelson to Mekhi Lemon. They've been blowing up the scoreboard, and Malachi's done a good job of spreading that ball out to the rest of his receivers as well.
Well, everybody's talking about the offense right now. You got to feel pretty good about how the defense has played so far in the early going. Shutting out a Milliken team that put up 48 points last week, and then holding the defending state champions Corona Del Mar to only 172 yards total offense en route to a 52-28 thrashing of the Sea Kings last week right here at John Barnes Field.
And boy, oh boy, Kent, we were a little bummed not to be here last week. You know, we really love beating up on those baby blue, and we haven't had a chance to do it yet since we've been here. So a big win for Los Alamitos last week, a huge win on TV. The guys played great on both offense and defense, and really couldn't have clicked any better, Kent.
You know, the Griffins have had 2 straight weeks now of a slow start. This time at halftime, after trailing, we're going to go ahead and cut right now to the national anthem. So we'll quiet down and listen to our national anthem.
Stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
I got to tell you, Justin, that young man was singing a cappella up there, and that's an incredible job. Right in front of all these folks, on TV, this kid just nailed it. That's impressive.
And anybody that knows singing knows how hard it is to just go a cappella in front of a crowd like this, Kent.
And it was so good the Edison coach came up and gave him a fist bump on it. You don't see that happen too often, but again, our tip of the Griffin hat to that young man. I wish I had his name to be able to share who it was, but I'll tell you, that was a great job by him.
And Ken, just the story of the game, every year in and out, Los Alamitos and Edison go head-to-head and play a respectful football game, always clean, hard-hitting, fast and fun football game. You guys are going to be in for a pleasure tonight.
Well, you know what? These two teams have shared, up until the last year, these two teams have won it's either been Los Alamitos or Edison who has won the Sunset League for each of the last 20 years, except for last year with Corona Del Mar coming in and setting the stage for a 16-0 state championship run, knocking off both the Chargers and the Griffins. Well, that's changed this year, as I think we're going to get back to normal with either Edison or Los Alamitos taking the crown this year. Hopefully it's the boys in blue.
Yeah, the Los Alamitos Griffins are out for it this year. They had a really long offseason, as did everybody, but with the unfortunate portion of that offseason being so long, everybody got an opportunity to work together a bit longer. And some of our sophomores, Kent, I got to tell you, they feel like they're juniors. Some of the juniors, they feel like they're seniors. This team is much further along than you usually would be in Game 3 of the season.
Well, you're not kidding. You know, these guys, from what I've seen on TV so far, they've looked really good out here. And again, like as you said, we miss being out here, and tonight's our first game, but first game of the season. It's really great to see these guys and be out here live to be part of this great experience here at Los Alamitos. This show tonight is being produced by the Griffins News. It's all student run, and this is one of the things that makes you excited about being part of high school football. This led by Mr. Connor Brown. Such a neat deal, and hopefully we get to see a lot more of this stuff going forward.
Yes, we're really happy to be on YouTube, a place where everyone can find us, maybe a little bit easier than the Los Alamitos Sports Network. We were thankful for the Sports Network over the past however many years, and we're here now to do the job with live video. And what could be better than that, Kent? You get to hear us and see the game.
Absolutely, and the Edison Chargers have come onto the field from the northern end zone. They've got the eastern end zone. We're on the northern sideline here. It's an east-west running field here at John Barnes Field at the campus of Los Alamitos. Over there on the far side, you've got the Griffins about ready to come through the big inflatable Griffin out there. They're wearing for the first time in 54 years blue jerseys tonight, white numerals, white pants to go along with their powder blue helmets. And here come the Griffins. Make that the royal blue helmets. Here comes the Griffins.
And the Griffins are bringing the energy tonight, led by Tyler DeLeon with the Griffin flag and a few of his brothers getting out there, getting ready to get to it. Man, we are very happy to be back, Ken. I can't express that enough.
We talk a lot about the sophomores, but the keys to the defense have been so far have been led by Tyler DeLeon, who you just talked about. Defensive end Army commit going to West Point here next year. Tyler DeLeon, Mason Burt, those linebackers would just go ahead and set policy so far for the Griffins on defense.
Yes, very much so. And in front of them, along with Shin Brennan, you got guys like Zeph Misa and others. Just Tyler DeLeon, of course, just doing crazy amount of work on the defensive line and really doing a good job of keeping their secondary clean. The secondary hasn't had to work as hard as it has in other years, and we've seen that last week with 8 3-and-outs on the defensive side of the football. You got to know that you're getting to the quarterback.
I had Coach Cobley on our pregame on our podcast this past week. That's exactly what he talked about, is what that was like, having those 8 3-and-outs. He doesn't remember having that many in a particular game, so it was pretty exciting for him as a defensive coordinator to do that.
Yeah, and Kent, there were some huge plays last week. Before we get to kickoff, you got to talk about Mason Burt. A little bit of a change of the game type of play, taking the cookies from the tight end with the interception and running it back for his own touchdown to put the Griffins ahead, and the Griffins turned away and looked back from there. Didn't look back from there.
Well, the Griffins will be receiving this kickoff. I didn't see the coin toss, so the Griffins are going to be receiving the coin toss. They'll be receiving it in the eastern end zone. Kicking off for Edison will be number 83, Riley Holmes. Deep for the Griffins, Makai Lemon and Lane Broderick. As this Sunset League contest is underway. Ball's kicked off, headed towards Broderick, and it'll go well into the end zone, 9 yards deep, and the Griffins will take over. 1st and 10 on their own 20-yard line.
Lane Broderick without the opportunity to return that football. A pretty good job by the kicker to place that football in the right corner of the end zone, probably about 3 feet away from that pylon, Kent.
We'll see what the Griffins bring out on offense.
No chance of return to start the football game. The Griffins will rely heavily tonight on the special teams, though, to get some points on the board.
Nelson brings them out in a 4-wide set. Brian Gerardo offset to his right. Makai Lemon off to the left side. He singled up against Luna. Nelson claps for the ball, gets it back to pass quickly, throws over to Lemon. Lemon's got it complete. Short gain out to the 22-yard line. Looks like extracurricular activity, which you kind of expect from these two guys.
Yeah, Makai Lemon, he shows his fire every play, and Makai that time taking an inside wide receiver screen, only picked up about 2 or 3 yards to start on 1st down.
2nd down and 7. Griffins will have trips out to the right side this time. Malachi Nelson, the sophomore, turns, throws complete out to the right side again. That's Lemon trying to mix and move, make one man miss, and just steps out of bounds right at the 25-yard line. bringing up a 3rd down and 5.
Makai Lemon doing a good job of making the first guy miss. Looked to be the Edison outside linebacker. Makai Lemon was actually holding that ball very loosely, and it looked like it might have got knocked out towards the end of that play.
Lemon with 13 receptions on the season, just added 2 more to his collection on 3rd down and 5. Trips out to the left side this time. Nelson makes a clap, now checks over to the right side, looking for the call in from offensive coordinator T.J. Fenton. Nelson back to pass. He's got a clean pocket. He steps in it. Now he takes out front. He's got a first down. Slips down right at the 35-yard line. That's actually the longest run of the season for Malachi Nelson. Hasn't used his legs much at all this season.
Malachi Nelson, number 7, letting the pocket just clear up right in front of him and going and having a safe first down there.
Griffins, let's go.
Nelson, low snap. Hands off Gerardo. Right side he goes. And he'll get a couple, and that's about it.
Gerardo with a hard run inside, hitting the hole quickly. But the Edison football defense there, the linebackers doing a good job, led by number 20, to make the tackle on that play.
2nd down and 8, just underway here in the first quarter. Beautiful night for football. It's got a chill in the air. It feels like football weather. Nelson back to pass, looks to the right, throws complete to Gerardo on the right side. He accelerates past the 40-yard line. Going to be short of the first down there.
Gerardo that time leaking to the outside on almost what is like a Darren Sproles type play, getting the football in his hands and going against the outside linebacker to pick up some yards on 2nd down. Kent missed the mount there.
3rd down and 4. Nelson's got trips out to the left side. Widening out a little bit more is Makai Lemon. 4-man front for Edison. Edison plays pretty much the same defense they played year after year after year under former head coach Dave White. Nelson back to pass. He's got a clean pocket, throws down the right side, throws in, it's intercepted.
A big play there for the quarterback from Edison going up. Looked like there was a cover 2 on that side. Actually, Edison playing a cover 4 coverage, but 2 defensive backs on the wide receiver, Alec Willis. Malachi Nelson goes deep for Alec Willis, and it's intercepted by Edison. A tough roll to start the game for Los Alamitos.
That was Nico Brown with that interception. Edison takes over the first turnover of the ball game. They've got it 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line. 9:43 to go here in the first quarter. No score.
And this is where the Los Alamitos Griffins defense will have to step up big to help their offense.
Senior Braden Boyles. He's a quarterback for Edison. Los Al Griffins fans remember him from last year. We'll talk more about that in a bit. 4 receivers out to the right side. Inside handoff. Leal's got a first down and more. All the way out to the 39-yard line. Flag comes in late on the play.
And that time Edison just gashing the Los Alamitos defense right up the middle. Running back going right behind the guard, and was able to pick up a very long run on 1st down. We'll see if it's coming back.
Well, that one is coming back. They had a hold there as Mateo Lau had a big hole up the middle. I think we kind of figured out why.
Yeah, that didn't seem like the defense we seen last week, and it must have been because of a hold down there in the trenches. The Los Alamitos defense trying to stiffen up on this Edison offense, who runs the ball effectively year in and year out.
Mateo Lau, the senior, last year had a big game against the Griffins. With the rest of the Chargers putting up 248 yards on the grounds on the way en route to a 42-21 win against the Griffins. That'll move the ball back 3 yards for a 1st down and 13. Boyles back to pass, throws over the middle, complete. Nico Brown's got it. Across the 40-yard line to the 41-yard line. Boyles had a clean pocket and just threaded the needle right to Nico Brown.
Nico Brown that time being covered by safety Lane Broderick. The junior had him step for step, but Nico Brown was still able to come up with the catch. 1st down for the Edison offense.
4 wide set again for the Chargers. They're moving left to white in their white jerseys. Liao up the middle. He'll pick up a couple on that play.
Solo tackle on that play by senior defensive end Tyler DeLeon, coming up and making a big, strong tackle on that play.
Liao, big, strong senior, 5'11", 220 pounds. And he seems like he's got all of that right in his thighs.
Yeah, good pick up a 1st down 5 yards for the Edison Chargers.
Broyles, 4 right again. Ball's on the left hash. Inside handoff again. LAHS got it, and this time Griffins stiffened up a little bit, and not a whole lot there for him on second down. It's going to bring up a 3rd down, and we'll call it 5 there.
And that time tackle made by number 97, Adam Tomczyk, the junior, 6'3", defensive end, defensive tackle, doing a special job there. Also helped out there by Shin Brennan, number 80.
Yeah, that's Adam Tomczyk. I got that pronunciation from earlier today. It's Tomczyk. So I had it all goofed up too, Justin.
Thank you, Kent.
They're down in 5. Empty backfield here. Broyles back to pass, throws over the middle, complete. Nico Brown's got it, and he's got enough for a 1st down.
And that time they just dumped the ball off to the running back on a pretty short play. Quarterback took a deep drop, and the safety, number five, Lane Broderick, wasn't able to cover the space and make the tackle before the 1st down.
Ball's into Griffin territory now at the 48-yard line. 7:20 and counting here in the 1st quarter, no score. Boyles, the senior. If you know Drew Brees in the NFL, kind of reminds me of him, the way he's a little short in stature. Back to pass, throws. Brown's got it. He's at the 20, the 10, inside the 10. Ball comes loose, but he was down. Once Nico Brown, he's been the explosive man all season long so far for Edison. He's got it down to the Griffin 10-yard line, 1st and goal.
Once again, Brown going right against Alec Willis and making the catch. It looks like they're going to be targeting the running back a lot tonight in the passing game.
Clock's winding. Well, that was a nice throw there by Boyles, the senior, hitting Brown right in stride. 1st down and goal. Boyles back to pass, looks right, steps up, scrambles, spins away, down he goes!
And a big sack on that play coming in. Number 6, Tyler DeLeon. The whole defensive lineman getting in on that play, Kent. It just, the pocket just collapsed around the quarterback. That time he was looking for the same receiver in Brown, and Brown was getting locked down that time by Mekhi Lemon, number 14 for the Los Alamitos Griffins, doing a great job playing cornerback.
And the officials coming over to have some kind of a conversation. And we're going to wind the clock and get back into play here. Okay, we got, looks like we're trying to figure out what's going on here. Okay, now it looks like we're back to go. LAHS sits over to the left side now on 2nd and goal from the 15. Boyles backs, he's looking over to his left, steps up, throws over the middle, ball's tipped in the air, batted around and caught. Nico Brown's got it for an apparent touchdown, but it looks like there's a flag on the play.
A tough play to start there for the Griffins. That time the Griffins get a hand on the football, bounces up, and just drops in the hand of Brown. Brown, a good player, and sometimes good players just happen to be in the right vicinity of the football, and it looked like one of those plays, Kent.
Okay, there was actually that touchdown's going to be good. The illegal hands to the face was against the Griffins, and that's going to get waved off, and that touchdown is going to count.
And you have to imagine, Kent, going on for the rest of the game, will Los Alamitos change what they do against Brown, as Brown was a primary target for that whole drive.
Riley Holmes on to try the extra point. Left-footed senior. Snap down, kick is up, and it's blocked. It is no good.
Once again, doing a great job. The special teams unit for the Los Alamitos Griffins gets a block on the extra point. Tyler DeLeon trying to return it forward, but you know, the points just don't count there. And Los Alamitos did a great job that time, keeping some points off the board.
Well, with 5:22 to go here in the first quarter, Edison strikes first blood, 6-0 on the Griffins.
And Kent, that looked like
a deflected pass. It comes down right into the hands of Nico Brown, the guy who earned it all the way down there. But I'll tell you what, he got the payoff touchdown.
And I believe that was Gerardo on the block there on the extra point, Kent. Got to give the props to the special teamers who lay out to make plays like that.
Well, Brian Gerardo, he's made plays all year long. In fact, he started the scoring off for the Griffins against Milliken with a punt block for a punt back return for a touchdown. Gerardo also leading the Griffins on the ground. One of those all-around athlete kind of kids, Brian Gerardo.
A guy we had on our show a few weeks ago. Great kid, Kent.
Holmes has the ball teed up on the right hash mark and booms it away. Left foot kicker, big leg again, drives it well into the end zone. And the Griffins will take over, 1st and 10 on the 20-yard line. They don't have to worry about the return if they're going to pound it in the end zone just like that.
Yeah, you can clearly see the Edison's looking to kick the ball to Alec Willis and kick it into the end zone or near the pylon by the end zone, so it makes for a return to be impossible for the Los Alamitos Griffins.
Let's see if the Griffins can answer back as the Chargers converted an interception by Malachi Nelson, his 3rd of the season, into 6 points going the other way, driving the length of the field on the hands of Nico Brown. Nelson's got it. Back to pass he goes. He looks left, throws. Makai Lemon's got it, spins away from one man, makes another one miss. Down the sideline he goes. He's at midfield. He's at the 40. He's the 30. He's going. Touchdown, Griffins!
And Makai Lemon showing the electricity from the 714 connection. Malachi Nelson hitting Makai Lemon on a 5-yard in route. Makai Lemon making one guy miss, running down the sidelines, cutting in between 2 more guys, and running in the end zone on his own. What a play by the wide receiver. Nifty and quick. Makai Lemon does it again.
Once again, as you kind of stole it thunder there, Justin, the Griffins dialing long distance into the 7-1-4, 80 yards. Nelson to Makai Lemon, and Tyler McLaughlin's on to try the extra point. I'll tell you what, that's a one electric combination there between those two guys.
Yeah, and they've had it going. They got started early and often tonight. And the first score of the night will go to them too.
And there's flags on the play. Before we get the snap off, we got offsides against Edison. We'll see if Coach Fent decides to send in the unit to go for 2 here. Now we're going to decline that. Yeah, we'll still go for 1. But wow, Justin, that was electric.
I know, electric play. Looked like they had him stopped just short of the first down, but he was able to break a few tackles and take it all the way to the house.
Snap down, kick is up, and it is good. Tyler McLaughlin tacks on the extra point. So with 5:08 to go here in the first quarter, Los Alamitos 7, Edison 6.
And Tyler McLaughlin with a strong leg, just getting that one through the right upright.
McLaughlin on the season is 11. Now he's 12 out of 14 on extra points. He's also got 2 field goals from 40 and 43 yards on the season for the Griffins.
And he's running back out there, Kent, to get ready to knock down the kickoff.
You know, I tell you, you talk a lot about Malachi Nelson and Makai Lemon. They're going to be joined at the hip for quite a long time. Those two want to play college together. They've been offered by everybody. Literally everybody's offered both of these guys, so they're going to have their pick of where they'd like to go together, assuming they want to. They played Pop Warner football together for years and years, and it was just great that they were able to join up here at Los Alamitos this season. Again, this delayed season, but still great to see them here at John Barnes Field at Los Alamitos High School. McLaughlin,
Everybody stand up for the kickoff.
right-footed kicker, approaches the ball, booms it away, short kick, it's returnable. Nico Brown's got it at the 18-yard line, makes one move, and takes a big hit! Oh my!
That's sophomore Isaiah Dorsey. Oh, nope, Kent, that's actually Ryan Inez, number 21 on the hit. That's 20 or 21. That's Isaiah Dorsey, actually, number 20 on the hit.
Isaiah Dorsey.
Can't take that one away from him.
Oh my!
He shed off one block, kept his feet moving, and ran right through Brown, who had caught the ball to return the kick right around the 30-yard line, Kent.
Well, both these teams have been passing teams so far this season. That's kind of a departure from the typical Edison teams in the past. Normal Edison Los Al games are, if you're a betting man, they'd be betting in the unders. But now in the last couple seasons, both teams are lighting it up offensively.
Usually pretty run-heavy teams. This year, more passing.
I think Coach Jeff Grady has a lot to say about that. Boyle's back to pass, gets away, and he gets hit down right at the 30-yard line, still on his feet. As Boyles picked up a couple on that play. Looked like he typically gets away for a lot more than that, but it looked like Big Zeph Misa had a bin on him.
That's 6'2", 240-pound Zeph Misa doing a great job holding outside contain there and chasing down the quarterback as he was trying to get squirrely make it outside the pocket and pick up a first down.
Misa last year had to play a whole lot of offense, didn't get a chance to play defense. But in talking with him, he's more of a defensive player. At least he likes to play defense a lot more. 2nd down and 7. Boyles has empty backfield. Back to pass he goes, looks left, sets up, throws complete out to the left side. Nico Brown again.
And JoJo Nua is on the tackle there, the senior linebacker, standing at 5'9", 180 pounds, making it there from his right side outside linebacker position to make the tackle.
Check that. That was Tyler Hampton on the receiving end of that one. Giving Nico Brown a little too much credit there.
And it's interesting here, Edison going to empty format twice in a row there, Kent.
Well, split out wide right for the Chargers. P.J. Campbell. Back to pass Boyles again, sets up throws, and too low and incomplete. Campbell, I bring him up. He said he's been offered by 3 different schools, Army, Navy, and Air Force. One of those kids that, who knows, might be Tyler DeLeon's teammate next season over at West Point.
And in coverage that play, Kent, was number 19, senior Darian Wingfield, playing an inside, more of a slot cornerback position this game.
2nd and 10 for the Chargers. Empty backfield again. Boyles steps up in the pocket. He takes us running. Mason Burt's on him, and he'll take him down right around the 41-yard line.
Boyles that time, Ken, he tried to slow down and turn his back to the linebackers and Mason Burt. Mason Burt wrapped him up and ran right through him. Good job by Mason Burt, making sure each tackle counts. That quarterback, you know, you got to take his legs out from him in a sense that you got to keep tackling him all night and wear him down so that by the end of the game he's really tired.
You know, we made mention of Mason Burt. Mason Burt, senior linebacker, is the one who turned the tide in start intercepting the very first pass of David Razor in the second half for 6 points for the Griffins, turning on the beginnings of a 35-point onslaught last week against Corona Del Mar. Boyles on 3rd down and 5, back to pass, steps into the pocket. Now he steps away. He's being chased by the whole host of Griffins, and down he goes. And Griffins got him this time. Achilles Campos all over him.
3 guys there for the Los Alamitos Griffins defense, providing pressure, trying to chase down the quarterback, and Achilles Campos is the one that ultimately is able to tackle him from behind. The quarterback going down, a little rough on the knee there, and that time it's really a coverage sack as well, Kent, because the secondary did a great job of giving the defensive line the opportunity to make that sack by doing their coverage properly.
Tyler Joya, the backup quarterback, stands at the 20-yard line awaiting this punt. Wind's coming 10 miles from his back. Deep for the Griffins, Makai Lemon. We'll see if they kick it to him. Joya pooches the ball, and it's kicked away. It's back and returnable. Lemon's got it at the 28. Steps out of bounds right at the 30. Nowhere for him to go. And that's where the Griffins will set up. 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line. 2:13 to go. Here in the first quarter, Los Alamitos 7 and the Edison Chargers 6.
Fantastic job there, Kent, by Makai Lemon to catch that ball in play, in air, and not allow the opportunity for that ball to roll for a few more yards of field position for the Edison Chargers, something that at times in other years we've had trouble with. It's good to have a guy back there who's willing to go up there and get under the lights and catch that football.
Well, I think that's one fearless guy back there. Another really fearless guy. We got a lot of them back there. Would be Brian Gerardo. I've seen him refield punts. Quite a few Griffins have no problem whatsoever returning punts. Nelson turns hands off Gerardo, and he got out. He got a couple of yards on the play before being pulled down there by the defensive front for Edison.
Yeah, Gerardo doing a good job running up front, but tackled by middle linebacker number 20, Peyton Gregory, the junior, standing at 5'11", 195, stood his ground and was able to make the tackle on Gerardo.
Griffins in 3 bunched over to the right side this time. Reverse faked inside handoff again. Gerardo's got it. Crosses the 40-yard line. Picking up 5 on that play. And that'll bring up a 3rd and a very makeable 4 for the Griffins.
That looked to be somewhat of a counter off tackle play. Gerardo hitting the hole hard and once again being tackled by the same linebacker there, number 20, Peyton Gregory.
3rd down and 4 for the Griffins. Nelson gets it. Handoff. One more time. Gerardo's got it. 1st down and more. Crosses midfield. Digs his head right into Nico Brown. And gets wrestled down right across midfield to the 47-yard line, right on top of the big Griffin in the middle of the field. 1st down, Los Al.
Oh, Ken, I gotta love that. Handing the rock to the running back 3 times in a row and just letting him go hard at it. The offensive line doing a great job of opening up holes that time for Gerardo.
Alec Wills splits off wide off to the left. He was our guest on the coaches show this past week. Griffins under power set. Gerardo, no, hands off on the outside. That's Gavin Porch. His first carry of the ball game gets about 3 yards to the right side.
Gavin Porch that time showing you his best patience there, a la Le'Veon Bell in 2018, giving a little stopgap and go so that he could create the space he needed to pick up some positive yards.
I know his dad would be happy to hear that. His dad, Lou Porch, formerly a TCU Horned Frog, used to play with LaDainian Thomason of the San Diego Chargers. Second down and 7. Nelson, play action fake, steps up in the pocket, throws, and incomplete, in and out of the hands of Alec Wills. And he gets a little push there at the end by Luna. No flag on the play on that, but Wills came up, and these guys are going to get a little chippy tonight, I think, by the time the night's all done.
Yeah, they're getting chippy, and actually on that play, Alec Wills, he had the football right in his hands, and it just looked like it got knocked out by the defensive, the secondary. Malachi Ellison did a good job of avoiding the pressure. There was a lot of pressure on that play, Kent. They brought a few blitzers there.
16 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Third down and 7. Nelson back to pass, sets up, throws, incomplete. Intended out there for Lemon, but a little too low, and it's going to bring up a fourth down. A little less than 12 seconds to go. I think the Griffins are keeping their offense on the field here on fourth down.
It'll be interesting to see what the Griffins want to do here. Malachi Nelson really showing his prowess and scrambling around back there this game and getting more and more used to the pocket as his high school football career continues to grow.
Well, Nelson steps back into punt formation. He's had 2 punts so far this season, 24 yards each, and he boots this one away. Good kick for the Griffins, and no return man back there. It's stopped dead right at the 15-yard line with 4 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Los Alamitos 7 and Edison 6.
Malachi Nelson, really interesting, him going back there and actually making some punts this year, showing tremendous overall athletic ability. It's actually not easy to hit a punt, any type of punt, under the lights, Kent.
Well, that was a 32-yard punt. It's actually his longest punt of the season so far. Malachi, if you remember last year, it was one of the things Chase Garbers did, and it adds such another weapon back there. You're having your starting quarterback also as a punter. Now that they didn't even send a guy back to return the punt. That's how much an impact that has on the kicking game, or actually playing that fourth down.
Yeah, it gives a massive respect from the special teams to our special teams units, like there's an extra player out there for us.
Now we're going the other way. Edison's got it, 1st and 10, inside handoff. Liao, he moves the pile forward about 4 yards, and that's going to be the end of the first quarter. The score at the end of 1. Los Alamitos 7 and Edison 6. They'll swap ends of the field. Justin, kind of a fast-paced first quarter, a lot of action early on. Defense seemed to be settling down a little bit here. We'll see what happens in the rest of the quarter. What are you seeing so far?
I'm seeing so far that for the most part tonight, the offensive line's done a good job of keeping Malachi Nelson protected. Other than that third down on the last series there, Malachi really had to split up the pocket and had a tough time making his pass to his receiver. Even though he hit him in the hands, Alec Willis dropped the football, and that was a big play right there, because that play would have kept the last series going, Kent, and possibly give him a chance to score, put him within scoring position.
Well, we'll see what happens here, what they do with it going the rest of the way.
On defense.
I'll tell you what, though, Justin. I was going to say I'm going to surprise, but I'm not really, because these are two really well-coached teams, Edison and Los Alamitos. I would expect this to be a tight game throughout. But I'll tell you what, the other thing that's really stepping up for me is how both these teams are able to pass the ball very well.
Yeah, and they're both bringing the whole playbook as well. You've seen Los Alamitos start the game with mostly passing. Then later on in the night, on the last series, they turned to the running game, 3 runs in a row, and then went back to the running game with Gerardo, who's really hitting the whole hard tonight, Kent, and you don't know what's going to be coming from the Griffins. The Griffins have also lined up in that full house formation with 2 fullbacks in the backfield, and just had Makai Lemon split out. So you might see some max protect, deep passes, and one-on-one opportunities for some of the great athletes for the Los Alamitos Griffins tonight.
Boyle sends out 3 receivers to the right side. Now he goes empty backfield again. Back to pass, he goes, looks right, steps in the pocket. Divine draw, quarterback draw all the way. And he looks like he might get back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a little bit more, not much there for senior quarterback Braden Boyles.
And it looked like that was senior middle linebacker Mason Burt in on the tackle there. We'll have to double check that with the TV crew, but down on the ground, right around the quarterback's feet was Mason Burt, who plays hard and heavy every play. A smaller guy standing behind those big defensive linemen, but always a bowling ball ready to destroy.
He's one of our favorite guys. You know, the guys just love that guy. We've had him on a couple times interviewing him, and I'll tell you, he's a great kid, great dad. Third down and 5. Boyles back to pass. He's in trouble. Brandon missed him. Throws complete. Nico Brown's got it. There's a flag coming in late. We'll see what that flag's all about. As there was enough for a first down. It wasn't Nico Brown. That was Troy Fletcher on the receiving end of that. And let's check out this flag here.
That time, Broyles just barely missing the grasp of Tyler DeLeon, who was coming from his blind side to take him out. He sidestepped him and was able to take the ball down, pick it back up, and throw it to his wide receiver, who was in tight coverage. And Darian Wingfield was the one that got in there to make a big tackle. He put the shoulder down to hit him, and the referee threw up the flag. I'm not sure. Looks like that penalty will stand, Kent.
Yeah, that was a blow to the head for the Griffins, and that's going to tack on 15 yards to that flag, to that pass play. So I think they got Darian Wingfield on that one for a shot to the head, and 15 yards tacked onto that. First down, Edison at their own 40-yard line.
And Kent, I believe that was Robert Hamilton, big country, coming into the game on defense. I'm not sure if we've seen that before.
Yeah, actually he's played a little bit so far. First down and 10. Tip to the right side, Boyles back to pass. Looks right, now he steps up into the pocket, trying to make something move, and gets hit back. Chin Brennan coming from the backside, as well as JoJo Nuez on the stop, keeping Boyles in the pocket.
That's good line 6 football defense right there, Kent. When you get two guys to meet at the quarterback, at the pinnacle, right at the line of scrimmage, quarterback only able to pick up a few yards. That's good football play and defense, and good job of maintaining the quarterback, who has great feet, as we've seen all night.
Tomchak at right defensive end. And big Robert Country Hamilton right at the middle there. Second down and 8. Boyles back to pass, blitz coming, throws, complete. Nico Brown still on his feet. Lemon missed a tackle, flag on the play, 2 flags. Brown's headed to pay dirt, he's in, touchdown. I think they're going to get Mekhi Lemon on a helmet-to-helmet, and they're going to wave that off. That's my guess, we'll see.
Yeah, big hit right there as Brown caught the football, but Mekhi Lemon missed a bit on the wrap-up, and the running back and great athlete there was able to bounce off of the tackle and just run straight into the end zone.
Well, the way those flags came in right at the hit, you got to believe that that's going to go against the Griffins. But Nico Brown showing great balance again, showing why he's been the playmaker so far for the Edison Chargers this season.
Yeah, and they're planning on relying heavily on Nico Brown tonight, as we can see so far in the first half. Nico Brown is a ball player, and he came to play tonight, catching pretty much everything that's been thrown his way so far, and that time breaking a big hit tackle and running in the end zone all by himself without any Los Alamitos Griffins around him.
Yeah, that's one of those hits that you hope knock the guy down, but at this level that doesn't happen. It may happen in some other lower leagues, but these guys are way too strong to be able to take a hit like that and think you're going to knock them over.
Yeah, you really got to wrap up on a play like that. That's what's going to finish the tackle. Obviously, we all want to get a highlight, but hopefully we can shore up that little bit of a mistake there later on in the game.
So it's in the books. We'll put that as a 60-yard touchdown from Boyles to Nico Brown. Snap down kick is up, and this one, it is good. So the score with 10:02 to go here in the first half, Edison retakes the lead, 13-7 on the Griffins. And that penalty they had will be assessed at the kickoff, so they'll be kicking off from the 45-yard line, I believe.
And Kent, you got to look at that play there. Mekhi Lemon on the extra point. He went all in from the edge spot, coming right off the side, diving to try to block that extra point, giving everything he has. That's not something you usually see from a guy who's getting offers from all around the nation, Kent. That's a good job of laying out and giving effort by Mekhi Lemon.
Well, so far in the kickoffs, senior left footer Riley Holmes hasn't needed a whole lot of help in getting the ball into the end zone. So now being 15 yards closer, I don't think it's going to be an issue whatsoever. Who knows? They may try to pooch this one in there and see if they can pin the Griffins in deeper than the 20-yard line.
I would imagine, Kent, they're going to keep going with their strategy and just put it in the end zone. I don't think they want to give the Griffins any chance at all to have a return tonight. Neither Alec Willis nor Makai Lemon. It actually looks like there's some changes going on here on special teams, maybe bringing some other guys out.
Okay, so now they're going to walk off the 15 yards. They were going to skip a step instead of just going straight on over to the 45-yard lines of Los Al to kick it. Ref made him walk back and do it again.
So this is interesting, Kent. Los Alamitos just changed out about 4 or 5 guys on the kickoff return team. They now have...
Yeah, it looks like they've got their hands team out there.
There we go, Kent.
Yeah, that's...
Crack the code for me.
The hands team, that's the team that's going to... they're expecting a squib kick here, at least defending for a squib kick. Or some kind of a trickery here. So we'll see. And the ball is kicked into the air. It's returnable. But goes into the end zone. No, it's taken at the 1. Oh, we're in trouble. Wingfield gets it, tries to get on the outside. He's got some room. He's at the 20. He's at the 30. He's at midfield and more. Darian Wingfield all the way down to the 16-yard line. No flags on the play.
And Darian Wingfield that time, Ken, doing his best impression of his buddy Adoree Jackson with a return right there on the 1-yard line, almost getting tackled. He had to grab that football thinking that it was going to bounce and go in the end zone, be a touchback. He decided to catch it and then takes it, and he's electric, makes one guy miss, picks up a few blocks, and runs it all the way down the field. Ken, it looks like he ended up at the 24-yard line, and that time ending the play there was Makai Lemon on the other side making a big block for him to bust open about 10 extra yards for him on the end of that play.
Darian Wingfield, the senior, turned what looked to be a disaster into a huge play for the Griffins. 1st and 10 at the Edison 24. Gerardo up the middle, he goes. He makes one man miss. He's headed to pay dirt down inside the 5-yard line. Brian Gerardo.
And Gerardo doing a great job of once again being shifty. He comes right up the center there, bounces to the right to make one linebacker miss, bounces again to make another guy miss, and is tackled by the 3rd defender. If you don't make if the first guy can't tackle you, that's always a great sign for a running back.
1st and goal, Los Al, just inside the 5-yard line. Toss to Gerardo, trying to make a man miss, and he gets taken down right at the line of scrimmage. Not much doing there for Gerardo.
Interesting toss play there from Malachi Nelson, tossing to Gerardo. Malachi Nelson, had he kept that one, probably had the end zone walking in with Makai Lemon there blocking for him. We'll see if they go back to that, Kent, at all later tonight.
Again for the Griffin. Deep man is Porch. Nelson sets up, throws for Lemon. He's got it! Touchdown, Griffins! 7-1-4, one more time. Makai Lemon on the receiving end of another touchdown pass from Malachi Nelson. Touchdown, Griffins.
And just to give you guys a concept of how hard that pass is, that's like dropping a football into a trash can right there. He just drops it into the arms of Makai Lemon, who only has about a yard or two left of the end zone to make that football catch and drag his feet on the ground for it to be good. He has to get one foot in. I believe on that play, Kent, he got both feet in on the end zone.
He's trying to get ready for the next 2 levels. McLaughlin on to try the extra point out of the hold of Gerardo. And jumping off sides there is Edison. We'll see if Coach Fenton wants to take this or go for the extra point. Now they're going to go ahead and stay on with the single extra point here. Snap down, kick is up, and it is good. So with 8:49 to go here in the second quarter, Los Alamitos back on top, 14-13 over the Edison Chargers. Boy, this is one of those back and forth games to track me, I'm telling you, it's going to be a lot of fun.
And Kent, another big kick there. Strong boot from Tyler McLaughlin, the junior kicker, standing at 5'10", 140 pounds. I'm actually good friends with, I believe, his trainer, Casey Iman, who should be listening tonight. He's going to be proud of his guy, pushing those ones through the uprights, as well as Casey's father, Coach Iman, who's down there coaching the defense with Coach Cobley and the rest of the coaches. Doing a good job tonight.
Well, let's go back to that kickoff return by Darian Wingfield, the senior. I'll tell you what, that looked like disaster. You know, it looked like they were expecting the ball to go inside the end zone. I think everybody did. Edison slowed down and stopped, but keeping his eye on the ball, never quitting. Darian Winkle gets it, makes a move, and takes it off down the sideline, picks up that block from Makai Lemon, and boom, here he goes. 70-some-odd yards down to the 24 to set up the Griffins for an easy touchdown.
Yeah, and that time Wingfield was trying to go by the rule of thumb. If it drops inside the 5-yard line, it usually bounces in the end zone, but that one dropped right on the head of the football and bounced back into Wingfield's arms. He actually made a heads-up play, Kent.
Yeah, he certainly did. And if you let that one go, that's a live football. You got to do something with it. And the senior kept his composure and made a huge play for the Griffins.
And a 14-13 close game tonight for the Griffins.
Well, let's see what McLaughlin does here. The wind has died down a little bit. Thankfully, it's a little chilly over here tonight. It's funny. This is football weather everywhere else but California. California, we play football. We think of football weather 70 degrees, but it's below 60 right now. McLaughlin sends it, and it's returnable. At the 5 and up the right side he goes. Nico Brown picks up a block and knocked down right at the 30-yard line, or just inside the 30. And that's where Edison will set up, 1st and 10.
Nico Brown showing his speed on that return, trying to run up the right side of the Griffins. Protection there on special teams. The kickoff team hauling down the field tonight, running really, really fast and doing a good job of containing the return men for the Edison Chargers.
Let's see what Coach Grady has dialed up here for the Griffins in this possession. Well, I'll tell you what, Nico Brown, Makai Lemon, two names that we're going to be talking. It seems like we're calling all night tonight. Braden Boyles sends out trips out to the left side. Leal, the lone setback. He gets it up the middle. He goes, stutter step, trying to get outside and nothing doing. Nico Brown, Mateo Leal, one of those big, thick, one-cut runner kind of guys. He gets a head of steam going, and boy, I'll tell you what, you don't want to be on the other side trying to tackle that young man.
I look to be 4 Los Alamitos defenders on him, led by Jojo Nuez and Zephaniah Misa.
Call him Big Z or Zeph. 2nd down, only gain of 1 on that play. Boyles looks out to his left, throws quickly out, incomplete. Crossing the 34-yard line, that looks like P.J. Campbell on the receiving end of that cast.
And solid linebacker play from outside linebacker Jojo Nuez. Once again, out there alone on an island with a good wide receiver. He's able to take on the block of the wide receiver, come up and make the tackle on the guy who got the football. I missed who that was, Kent.
3rd and 5, 7:40 and counting here in the second quarter. 14-13 Griffins. Boyles back to pass, looks left, sets up, throws, complete. He bobbled a little bit. We'll see if he kept his feet in bounds. And it looks like it was a completed pass, but it looks like he's going to be just short of the 1st down.
It's going to leave him with about a 4th and 1, or maybe a 4th and a yard and a half, Kent. This is going to be decision time here for Edison.
And in a tight ball game, they're sending out the punting unit.
Probably the more conservative decision, and over history of Edison, a very conservative team. Probably a good call here, and the right call if you ask any of the football gods, I'd say, Kent.
Don't be surprised if you see a fake here. Tyler Joya back there, also quarterback. He's a junior. Would not surprise me at all. They faked this. 4th down and 1. Low snap, gets it, and run, boots it off to the right side. Fair catch called for. The ball bounces, takes a Griffin bounce. And gets taken down right at, looks like it's touched down right around the 39-yard line, and that's where the Griffins will take over. I'll make it back to the 38. The Griffins will take over 1st and 10 with 6:35 to go. Here in the first half, Griffins with the 14-13 lead on the Edison Chargers here on the Griffin News Network.
And Ken, I can't imagine that Edison is too happy with that punt. Edison doing more of a reactive type resist from kicking the punt so that everybody can get down to Makai Lemon, and so he doesn't have a chance to return the kick. And in turn, he's way back there kicking the football and didn't get much of a kick on that one.
Gerardo the setback, up the middle he goes, stutter step, crosses the 40, near to the 44-yard line. Brian Gerardo. One of the things they talk about Gerardo, in his running style. He's got great vision. He's just got an unbelievable ability, and he didn't run much last year when he was over at Mayfair High School, but since he's been over here with the Griffins, having to step in for Josiah Murray, he's done a great job so far. One more time, Gerardo. He's got a first down, crossing midfield, and more. Still on his feet at the 40. Down the sideline he goes, knocked out of bounds right at the 34-yard line. Brian Gerardo again, great balance, great vision, great move by Brian Gerardo.
And Kent, you got to have me cheesing right now. Gerardo just doing everything he talked about on the show, using that vision. Obviously showing some very quick feet, some quicker feet than we've ever seen from very many running backs on the Los Alamitos Griffins. Gerardo just keeps those feet moving, keeps them chopping, and is able to cut left and right so quickly, Kent.
Gavin Porch checks in at running back for Brian Gerardo. Takes a little bit of a breather. Trips out to the left side, 1st and 10 Griffins. Nelson back to pass. Now he steps up in the pocket, throws, and incomplete. Trying to hit Shane Allen, and the ball was just short.
That time, Gavin Porch, the running back number 3, a smaller running back, staying in the backfield to help protect for his quarterback. Malachi Nelson does a good job of getting protection on a big defensive end. Malachi is able to step up in the pocket, but wasn't able to set his feet before making that throw. And that's what I think set that throw a little bit off, Kent.
2nd and 10 at the Edison 34-yard line. Low snap again. Nelson spins away, throws. Complete. Shane Allen's got it. Hit immediately and dropped. And there's a flag coming in late. And I think a little exuberance, maybe shot to the head or something. So we'll check this flag out. They've gotten the Griffins twice on personal fouls, and I think the boys in the yellow hats are going to get it this time.
And that's the backup strong safety coming in there, number 10, Tyler Goya, the junior at 5'10", 165, showing that he's got the speed and power to make big hits. Kent, these guys are going at each other tonight. There's a rivalry here. You could tell it's a little bit harder hitting than most teams are used to in Orange County football, but both of these teams came to play tonight.
That personal foul will give the Griffins a first down right at the 21-yard line of Edison, 1st and 10. Trips out to the right side for Nelson. Back to pass, he throws. Lemon's got it. Left side makes one-man miss. Still on his feet. Still on his feet. Still on his feet. My gosh. Kai Lemon's going down. There's some more activity going on to the left sideline. I'm telling you what, these guys are getting it after it. Holy moly.
Big time getting after it, Kent. That time number 1 from Edison. And somebody
Bradley
from Los
Luna
Alamitos going at it. Los Alamitos trying to do a good job of getting them off their guy, but the coaches doing a great job of making sure that no extracurricular activity was going on that play. This is a big-time game. You don't want it to hurt you.
Well, on the field, Makai Lemon took the ball inside the 10-yard line. So let's check this out here. The White Hats wants to talk things over, I think. He's telling both teams to get on. I want to talk it over with the guys in the stripes. So all the Zebras are going to have a little convention there and kind of figure this one out. They got the two captains together, and I think he's going to tell them, you know what, you need to get with your team and get your boys in line here, unless we're going to start throwing guys out.
Yeah,
and that's not going to make either coach happy. I'll tell you what, both these coaches are class coaches, Coach Free Fenton and Coach Jeff Grady. And I'll tell you what, they follow a tradition of discipline, and these guys, they're amped up. They want to get each other, but they're taking it a little bit too far.
And that time, basically just cornerback Bradley Luna on the inside, senior 6'2", number 1, a big cornerback, going up head-to-head against one of the Griffins. They were trying to block each other. The play looked to be over as Makai Lemon ran out of bounds, and they were still going at it, trying to engage. So that time, both teams get away without a penalty.
Okay, it's 1st and goal, Griffins at the 9-yard line. Gerardo in at tailback. Up the middle he goes. Still on his feet. Driving. Still driving towards the end zone. And going to be stopped just short. Looks like he's knocked down right at the 1-yard line. Brian Gerardo using power and speed and vision. And there's a flag on the play.
Gerardo just using
Let's see
everything
what this flag's about. No, it's not a flag. Looks like a piece of pack. Not a flag. Thought it was.
Back on the
Second
ball.
down and goal. They're right at the 1-yard line. Jumbo set for the Griffins. Nelson takes it himself, a la Tom Brady. I think he got it. Let's see. I don't know if he reached it across. I don't know if the ball came loose. Edison's pointing like they got a fumble. Official's raising his hand. I can't see a whole lot going on. The Griffins, they're pointing Griffin direction, so the Griffins still have the ball.
Edison trying to fool the refs there, and everyone point one direction. Malachi was able to hold on to that football, maybe have lost it at the end, but drop back on it, trying to stretch out across for the quarterback sneak touchdown.
3rd down and goal for the Griffins. Nelson hands it off. That looks like Porch. He's in. Touchdown, Griffins. Gavin Porch.
Gavin Porch, the sophomore, number 3, showing how to get small and push one into the end zone. A great job coming off the right-hand side. Malachi Nelson handing the football to him, and he just did his job by finding the small bit of gap he could find and forcing himself into the end zone, Kent.
Kyler McLaughlin on to try the extra point.
Good job blocking that time for the offensive line as well.
Gerardo, he's the holder also. Okay, here we go after that nice Michigan fight song. Snap down. It was a high snap. Kick is up, and it's no good. High snap coming, and Gerardo wasn't able to bring that one down in time, and that kick was no good. So with 4:20 to go here in the first half, Los Alamitos 20 and Edison 13.
Again, that time, a rough snap made it too hard for the timing to be right between the holder and the extra point kicker, and it caused a little bit of problem. It looked like the kicker actually kicked it straight into the back of the offensive lineman who was blocking for him. However, it wasn't his fault. That ball just didn't come down in time and get placed on the ground quick enough. A little bit of a mistake there on special teams for the Griffins, a rare one this year so far to start.
Well, they just showed the cheerleaders out here, and again, I think this is the first game the cheerleaders have actually gotten to come out and cheer. I'm not sure if they were here last week, but new rule change. Again, the rules are changing constantly. The girls got to come out here, and I think the band can now come. So the bands, maybe we'll have the band here the next game. Pretty soon we'll have like a regular football game with band, cheerleaders, the whole thing, the whole experience.
We can't wait, Ken. I mean, we are very good and nice social distance up here in the lift, but everybody else seems like they're having a great time. Everyone's healthy and happy, and the Griffins are doing it big tonight.
I'll tell you what, a lot of things, we can talk about this a little bit later, but a lot of work went into making this all happen. Coaches, players, just the whole starting and stopping this entire offseason, incredible job. They've earned their letter this year for sure. McLaughlin approaches the ball, booms it away. It's returnable. Nico Brown's got it at the 5. He's at the 10, on the right side, the 20. With speed and taken down right around the 25, 26-yard line. Again, I like the way Nico Brown runs. He's a hard-charging kid. Reminds me of another Edison player that we watched a while back, and I forgot his name. Well, we're probably not going to get everybody to tell us what his name was, but a few years ago.
I could give you a real old one. Coach White's son actually was just like that, Kent. He was a running back and I believe a wide receiver as well. He had two different sons, Coach White did, and they both ran hard. I'm not sure who you're talking about from a few years ago, though.
No, it was he was the same age as the same grade as Dylan Laurent. So that's how I remember these kids. They were both fast kids, smaller, undersized receivers that are all fiery, and you just kind of love those kind of guys. These undersized guys that really make a difference out there.
And a big shout out to Dylan Laurent, a guy who was just very explosive to watch during his time at Los Alamitos playing for the Griffins.
Here's what I like what's going on right here. You have the official talking to now the defensive captains, and he did the same thing with the offensive captains in the last series. He's getting them. He's basically telling them, you guys, calm down, play some football. Let's not get thrown out of the game. You guys are good play. It's a good program. Just make it happen. Just quit messing around. Let's play some football.
I agree, Kent.
That is a great job by an official. Empty backfield for Boyles. Back to pass he goes. Sets up, throws complete. Luna's got it. Makes one man miss. Taken right at the 40-yard line. Nice pass there by Boyles.
And Isaiah Dorsey, number 20, coming up and showing you exactly what a textbook tackle looks like right there, Kent. That's a great tackle from the young sophomore coming up, putting his head right into the stomach of the wide receiver, wrapping his arms and taking him down.
Luna now splits over into the slot. Empty backfield again for Boyles. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line. Back to pass he goes. Now he scrambles out to the right side. Throws deep down the right side, looking for Campbell. He's got it. And the ball came loose, and it goes incomplete. P.J. Campbell had it. It looked like he got separated from the ball there, and it goes incomplete. He's still down on the ground. And he's helped up to his feet a little bit, but P.J. Campbell did a nice job. Thought coming down with it, but got separated from the ball. Nice job by the Griffins.
And a great way to make up for a loss in coverage there by Makai Lemon. The wide receiver was able to beat him. I think Makai kind of bit on the throw and thought it was coming to another receiver. And the ball went up in the air. Receiver catches the football. Makai makes up the distance and is able to make a hard hit tackle on him, which was basically, it looked like kicked the air out of him and knocked the ball down.
Well, they get back reset, 2nd down and 10. 3:31 to go here in the first half. Griffins with a 20-13 lead over the Edison Chargers.
Mason Burt leading the defense, making sure the communications go through for all of his defensive players and everybody's on the same page like he's done for years.
Empty backfield on 2nd and 10, trips out to the right side. Boyles looks to his left, throws incomplete.
Ken, it looked like that time Mason Burt was set back as what looked like a spy at his linebacker position, was able to get his hands up and get a hand on the football, knocking that one so it wasn't able to be received by the Edison wide receiver.
Tyler Joya was the intended receiver, also the punter on the team. Brings up a 3rd down and 10. Wind has stopped here, thankfully. Some of us old guys get a little chilly. Empty backfield again for Boyles. Back to pass he goes. He's looking to his right. Steps up, throws over the middle. Looking for Luna, and incomplete. Oh, there's a flag coming in. They're riding him a little bit too hard. I think they're going to get Makai Lemon for pass interference, riding Luna on his hip the whole way down there, and I think that's going to bail out Edison on that one.
Ken, I can't tell. That actually looks like it may have been both Makai Lemon and possibly Gavin Porch, or another single number in coverage there on that play. Had him step for step. Might have been doing a little bit of hand fighting, which is where the flag got pulled. But it looked like a clean play to me for the most part, Kent. The refs calling a tight game. We can't complain, though.
Yeah, the guys in the striped shirts will disagree with us, and they're going to go ahead and march off 15 against the Griffins.
At the end of the day, they've been fair on both sides of the football. They're calling a consistent game, so we can't really complain.
I think you're absolutely right, Justin. It's a lot of times there's a lot of people say a lot of bad things about the officials, but I got to say this that white hat out there did a really nice job of keeping the peace. That's a great job, and again, as you said, they're calling it. Seems like they're calling it equally on both sides. 1st and 10, the ball at the Griffin 45 now. 3:17 to go. Boyles back to pass. Scrambles, looks out to his right, complete. And taken down right at the 40-yard line. Makai Lemon with a submarine type of tackle after a 5-yard gain.
Makai Lemon making a big hit right there, taking him out by the legs, coming in at full speed, and just a bang-bang play, a good football play from a guy who's played football pretty much his whole life, Kent. That's not a tackle you see every day. That's a really tough tackle to make, and something that only a really high-level cornerback is able to do, and all the cornerbacks on Los Alamitos are able to do that.
Fletcher on the receiving end of that one from Boyles. 2nd down and 5. Boyles looking left, sets up, throws. Quickly, Luna types in the air. It's intercepted! Griffins going the other way this time. That's Gerardo. Down to the 40-yard line. Los Alamitos has it. 1st down, Griffins.
And that must be a little bit of the Los Alamitos Coaches Show rub right there, Kent, because Gerardo, he's been on fire before on the show, last week and this week. Another interception for Gerardo, just doing his job, staying right behind the receiver as the receiver tips the ball in the air, ready to make an interception. Good job by the Los Alamitos defense.
Looks like Gerardo, looks like he got an ankle coming out of that, so he hobbled off the sideline. He's going to get looked at right now. So they're going to turn this over to Gavin Porch at the tailback as Gerardo hobbled off, and he's in pain on the sideline there.
Los Alamitos with a big opportunity to score before halftime and get them up 2 touchdowns.
Nelson throws out complete. Wills has it, breaks one man's tackle, still on his feet. Down the sideline he goes. Alec Wills, ball gets knocked away and out of bounds, but not before Alec Wills takes it all the way down to the Edison 23-yard line.
Alec Wills doing his job. Just a very shifty, speedy wide receiver making the catch, securing the catch, and then making a guy miss, running it down the sideline with a ton of speed. That one had to look good on TV, Kent. Or on YouTube, we'll say. YouTube TV.
That counts, right? How cool is YouTube? Griffins, 1st and 10 at the Edison 24. Porch breaks it out to the outside, tries to stretch it, and it's going to take taken down real close to the line of scrimmage. You may lose a yard on the play.
And that time, Los Alamitos Griffins didn't have too much going. The Edison defense actually looked to send pressure to the side that the play went to. They guessed right, and that time Gavin Porch doing everything he could just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
He'll lose 2 on the play, 2nd down and 12.
You got to watch Shane Allen from the tight end position here, Kent. He's
Trips
a dangerous
out to
receiver.
the left side this time. Nelson looks like a busted play. He'll take it and go down there. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and call it 15 there. Looks like Porch went right and Nelson was expecting him to go left.
It looks like we'll have another running back coming in right now, Kent. That's number 29.
Well, he's not on the roster, so I don't know who he is. Doesn't look like he's nowhere to go either. Griffins better call a timeout here. They do. 1:10 to go here in the first half. Griffins take a timeout. When they come back, it'll be 3rd down and 13. Got to be concerned about Brian Gerardo over there at the trainer's table with Mr. Hansen, Eric Hansen, the longtime trainer of the Griffins.
That would actually be John Hansen.
Huh?
John Hansen.
That's what I say, Brian?
Eric Hansen.
Eric Hansen. Who's
John
Eric
Hansen.
John Hansen. I know Eric Hansen. Okay, you're right. John Hansen.
John Hansen, a staple of the Los Alamitos and Cypress communities, does a fantastic job of teaching the sports programs here, the sports training programs here at Los Alamitos, and is here for every game for us over the years, Kent. A great guy, and actually it was a teacher to myself some 12-odd years ago or so.
You've been around a long time, Justin.
Oh, man, that 0 period class was the best, Ken. It taught me how to get up real early in the morning at 4:30 or 5 and get to school by 6 or 7.
You can see him over there working on him. Looks like he's working on the back part of his leg. Maybe a hammy, I'm not sure.
It actually looked like he got fallen on funny. The guy that ended up making the tackle on Gerardo tackled him from behind on the interception return.
3rd down and 13 for the Griffins. Nelson back to pass, sets up, throws. Lemon's got it. It's quick out to the left side. Makes one man miss, makes another man miss, still on his feet. Going to be close to the 1st down, but I think he might be just short. Makai Lemon, I'll tell you what, you talk about being dangerous with the ball in your hand. That is certainly Makai Lemon.
Makai Lemon doing a great job of using the stiff arm to make a guy miss. And Ken, I just took a look at the YouTube, and we've got a ton of comments going on. Gerardo, everybody's shouting out Gerardo. Zwick is 34. We've got a few different guys trying to help us out. And that's big time for us. We appreciate you guys tuning in tonight and everybody else who chooses to tune in later this week and watch the broadcast back.
Well, Griffins took another timeout. They're going to come back at 3rd down and 1. What's that? We have 482 people talking?
Looks like there's about 482 people online on the chat board right now on YouTube talking about the game, watching the game right now. And we just want to give a big shout out to everybody, especially all the friends and family of the players who aren't able to be here due to COVID restrictions and due to just being out of town in general. We hope everybody switched over from our normal radio broadcast year in, year out and is now hearing us on YouTube.
Well, we've been pumping this thing out quite a bit here during the week. And again, big thanks and a big shout out to Mr. Connor Brown for making this happen and the Griffin News team for putting this production together. And from nearly as what I can tell, it certainly looks like a first-class broadcast all the way. Well, 4th down and 1 for the Griffins, 38.5 seconds to go here in the second half, in the second quarter. Nelson under center, turn handoff, Porch has it, 1st down Griffins. Looks like I thought he had a 1st down. Maybe I called that one a little bit too soon.
And the Edison defense.
Let's see here what happened. I think they're going to call for a measurement.
The tackle was made that play on number 11, the stud linebacker, Jerron Operana. He came up big and decided to celebrate big time after the play. We'll have to see if it's confirmed not to be a first down or if he didn't have too much to actually celebrate for.
You know, it's funny, on radio, I would have gotten away from this, and now on TV, they're going to say, oh, no, that announcer, he totally boofed that one. We'll see. Come on, let's pull that thing to the left so I get this one right. Oh, no, I'm not even close. First down, Edison.
And the defense for the Griffins will have to get out there and play strong. This is a similar position on the field that we see line 6 type of defense usually create a turnover and take one back to the house. We'll have to look down on that defensive line led by Zeph Misa, Adam Tomchek, Tyler DeLeon, and maybe one of the linebackers, JoJo Nuez or Mason Burt, to create some pressure here and create a turnover for Los Alamitos Griffins before the end of the first half.
Well, Edison will take over on downs, 1st and 10. At their own 14-yard line, 31 seconds to go here in the first half. We'll see what Coach Grady does here. I'd imagine he's going to take it a little bit more conservative, but hey, we'll see.
As you know, Edison will have the ball to start the second half.
Leo gets it tripped up right at the line of scrimmage. He'll pick up a couple there on his lean. Yeah, they're not doesn't look like anybody's ready to stop the clock here as the clock is winding down.
It's about 20 seconds left in the half.
I would imagine both teams are going to be happy going into halftime with the score as it is, as we're winding really close to 0 here. And I think I got that one right, Justin. They're going to let this clock wind down. And let's get to 0. That's it. Wait. There we go. That's the end of the first half. The score, Los Alamitos 20 and the Edison Chargers 13. We'll be going off here. We're taking a break for, I believe, 10 minutes, and we should be back 5 minutes before the kickoff. We'll see what our producer has to say, if I'm right or wrong, or how long he wants us to talk. We'll be entertained by the Griffin song leaders here at halftime.
The Griffins hustling off the field, going through their Griffins emblem there, their Griffins mascot there, where they headed out to start the game. Just a good start for the first half of the game for both teams, playing tough and hard football.
Well, yeah, I'll tell you what, it was an explosive first half both ways. Big plays by both Nico Brown and Makai Lemon. Certainly made it a great first half, and entertaining first half for the Griffins.
Very competitive. Good job by the referees.
Okay, so we're going to go ahead and go to halftime here, and we'll be back in about 10 minutes. And go get yourself a cup of hot chocolate, and we'll be back in about 10 minutes. And we are back live here at halftime at John Barnes Field, with a score at halftime is the Los Alamitos Griffins 20 and the Edison Chargers 13. Before we get started here in the second half, we've got a very special guest right now. It's Sophia Young from the Griffin News. She's going to tell us a lot about what it's like to be part of this program. Sophia, how you doing?
I am doing great tonight. I'm just going to give you guys a little bit of info about Griffin News, which is our film program here at Los Alamitos High School. Mr. Brown is currently our teacher who started this year at our 2021 school year, who focuses on creative freedom, work opportunities, and hands-on experience. Throughout this year, I have learned many ways on how to edit on Premiere, learn how to do lighting and different cameras. Now, we frequent episodes with different informations, and yet we keep it very funny and informational. Now, we are given a lot of work opportunities. For example, focusing on small business promotions, and we are currently working on our first ever short film named 6:20 a.m., which is soon going to be out of pre-production and will be in production short after spring break. Now, we get to focus on various segment styles, and our personalities are really able to show in our class, as we have everyone from every different type of area in our high school. I hope everyone is very interested in hopefully broadcasting and film, and I will hope to see you guys next year.
Sophia, that was great. You know, such a great program that you're part of, and such a great thing at what's happening here at Los Alamitos. And it's so good to have you on here at halftime. So you're going to sit up here and join us for this half of football coming up. And hope we can come out and see what's that. When we're doing the radio, we'd love to have you on there and talk a little bit more about what you're actually doing at Los Al.
I would love to. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Sophia Young. And we're going to be coming back here with Justin Conley here in just a second, as soon as he gets done with his film duties. Again, first half's been absolutely electric for the Griffins, Justin.
Yes, absolutely electric for the Griffins. Griffins doing a great job at the whole first half of just playing very competitive football. Really, what it's coming down to right now, Kent, is the Griffins have made an athletic or two play more than Edison, though Edison has been hanging tight with the Griffins. A few mistakes on both sides. You know, Malachi Nelson has thrown an interception, as well as Broyles has thrown an interception for Edison. And really, just up front, there's a big battle going on, Kent. And on the outside, with the with the quicker receivers and the quarterbacks, they're going at it too. We're seeing guys tackling each other out of bounds on their blocks, guys just not getting off their blocks and just moving people out of the way. And it's just been a very competitive, one of the most competitive games we've seen in a while versus these two teams. As you remember last year, Edison kind of in the second half took off from, actually not even the second half, the second quarter took off from Los Alamitos after Los Alamitos had began the game by scoring 14 unanswered points.
Well, you know, Justin, same thing happens again this year. You've got now you've got you have a senior-laden team here with Edison, and that senior experience, that leadership, it's showing up. They haven't been hit for as many of the personal fouls as the Griffins have. Griffins are a little younger, and the younger guys are getting flagged. Edison's keeping their composure, and again, I think what's going to happen is something what Coach Bible said is the Griffins are growing into themselves. So what happens when you have a younger team? They have to basically mature, and this being their second real game, or now their third game, you should see a little bit more maturity here in the second half for the Griffins to see if they can't go ahead and make that difference and take that next step on up. Again, you got the number 5 and the number 7 teams in the county squaring off here. It's got to be a really enjoyable game so far for the fans who've been watching at home on YouTube.
Very much so, Kent. You know, just a 7-point game, and Edison's going to start with the football to begin the second half, and an opportunity to tie the football game. It's a close one tonight here at Los Alamitos Field, John Barnes Field.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and give a shout out here to Kevin Schmidt, former Griffin, his dad, former Griffin booster president Charlie Schmidt, got to see him at halftime. I wanted to give Kevin a big shout out up at San Luis Obispo as Lockwood kicks it away, returnable by Brown. Brown has it straight up the middle. He goes, taken down right at the 28-yard line. That's where Edison's going to start this second half of football.
And that time, Ryan Inez, the senior, number 21, coming up to make the tackle on special teams. Ryan Inez has done a great job so far this year of making big things happen on special teams, as well as the rest of the group. Just doing their job, holding their lines down the field and making a tackle on who is a pretty good runner coming down the field in Brown.
I'll tell you what, Inez also does a great job running the ball. He got in a few carries against Milliken. towards the end of the game there, still kept it going for the Griffins. Average of 10 yards a carry. Broyles brings them out. 2 wide set to start this second half, with Lau in the backfield with him. Lau will start it up the middle. He goes. And he'll move the pile across the 30-yard line. Big, thick run there by Mateo Leal.
And that time, both Shin Brennan and Adam Tomczyk coming in to make the tackle after the running back had picked up a good, solid gain on first down.
It's a lot easier to make those first downs again when you're picking up 6 yards on first. Leal again. Right side he goes, and looks like he's got enough for a first down.
And the Edison offensive line is doing a good job of pushing back the Los Alamitos Griffins defensive line right now. Both times, those first 2 plays, able to drive the line back about 4 or 5 yards and make it real easy on their running back to pick up yards.
Well, they're bringing big Robert Country Hamilton here at the middle there, trying to shut down that big middle run. One more time, Leal spins away from one tackler, down by his ankles. That looked like JoJo Nuez on the stop for the Griffins.
JoJo Nuez coming up from the outside linebacker spot again. He's had his name called a few times tonight, making another tackle, that time just by the ankles.
Second down and 6, just underway here in the second half. Boyles throws out complete. Luna's got it. Wingfield's got it, trying to rip the ball away, and Luna hangs onto it and keeps running across midfield down to the 44-yard line. Griffins is trying to strip the ball, do a lot of things. They're not doing a great job of tackling. And that's something Coach Colby's not going to be happy with when they watch film again. I know he's big on tackling. He's not big on trying to make these huge plays. Make the tackle first, and then the second guy in rips the ball away.
At that time, you gave up a first down just to try to rip that football out.
First and 10 at the Griffin 44. Leal up the middle he goes. Another solid run by senior running back Leal. You hear about what Edison has to say about this group. They're pretty excited about this group of seniors. And the disappointing part is there's not going to be any playoffs this year. The exciting part is they're happy about these guys and they're playing for their seniors this year, just like the Griffins are for theirs.
Yeah, always happy to have a chance to play football. We really didn't know at a time this year if this was going to happen.
I'll tell you, a lot of people made this one happen this year. Second and 7, Boyles. Steps up, throws, Luna's got it, hit and dropped. Boy, Isaiah Dorsey comes up and laid the wood, incomplete. Hit him right in the midsection, and the big 6'2" frame of Bradley Luna, he felt that one coming in from little Isaiah Dorsey. He came in flying hot.
Broyles kind of left his receiver out to dry on that one, throwing the football high. The wide receiver number 1 goes up to make the catch, and Isaiah Dorsey was on a line. You could tell that he had studied his film last week. He knew what was coming there, and he came down straight and cracked that wide receiver right in his ribs.
Well, I'll tell you, the thing took a lot of courage for Luna to keep his arms up on that one. Can make a lot of alligators out of that type of a throw. Third down and 7.
That time Edison trying to draw Los Alamitos offside and now changing the play.
I'm not sure they're going to get this one off. Official had his hand up. Back to passes Boyles. He's in trouble. Steps up into the pocket. Down he goes. He gets rid of it. I'm not sure if he got rid of it in time. And looks like they're, I don't know if they're going to call him down. I can't tell. And there's a late flag coming in. That's going to be on Edison's sideline. As Shin Brennan's on the ground. And we've got a timeout on the field. So Shin Brennan's on the ground. Looks like he's tending to his ankle down there.
That time, Coach Cobley, Coach Iman, Coach Bible, the whole defensive coaching staff did a great job of sending the heat, sending the pressure. The Los Alamitos Griffins defense collapsed the pocket down on the offense and forced the quarterback to throw the football as he was getting tackled by offensive linebacker JoJo Nuez, who's been having a night tonight, Kent. All these guys making a good amount of pressure, and it's good to see Shin Brandon, number 80, who gets time on both sides of the football, jog off the field without what looks like too much of pain there, Kent.
That's another one of the super softs for the Griffins. All right, so they call that an incomplete pass. And that flag was for a sideline warning against Edison, so there's no harm, no foul on that one. They're not going to move the ball, but it'll bring up a 4th down and 6 from the Griffin 40-yard line.
It's decision time here for Edison. It looks like they're staying huddled up. They might put the offense back out there as they are closer in territory or field position than they have been most of the night. And they're looking to get some points on the board to keep this game close. Big play here coming up for the Los Alamitos Griffins defense. They need a stop bad here to give the ball back to the offense.
Well, Edison's keeping the offense on the field.
Defense, that's right.
In the backfield, they've got Troy Fletcher, also good receiving back there on 4th down and 7 at the Griffin 40-yard line.
That's right. Let's get that ball.
Right from the middle of the field, Wills, the senior, back to pass he goes. Sets up throws, complete. No, incomplete. Had it, bobbled it, and incomplete. And the Griffins will take over on downs.
And a good job playing back there in the backfield. Gavin Porch getting in on defense. He was the one that sprinted up to pressure the receiver on that play. That was just a running back doing a swing out of the backfield. Ball hits him in the hands. He bobbles it 2 or 3 times. Is not able to come up with it. Number 22 for Edison.
That's Troy Fletcher. Again, he's a wide receiver and running back. And again, he does both. Typically a sure-handed receiver, and didn't quite come up with that one. The Griffins take over and down, 1st and 10. 9:03 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Low snap, inside handoff. That's Porch. He's able to squirt his way through to the 45-yard line. I don't see Gerardo on the other side.
You got to wonder how Gerardo's doing after going out in the first half. We haven't seen him back.
Yeah, he didn't look like he didn't look in good shape. So we'll see what happens. See if we can see him the rest of the game. 2nd down and 5 for the Griffins. Back to pass. Nelson sets up, throws, complete. Wills has it and drops it. Actually got separated from the ball there by Joya. But Wills had it in his hands and got separated from that one. That's going to bring up a 3rd down and 5.
And Kent, that's why the college recruiters there love Malachi Nelson. Malachi Nelson, that time using the flick of the wrist to drop that football in over one defender and under the other defender onto Alec Wills' hands. And Alec Wills, as he was hit in the back, wasn't able to hold on to the football.
3rd down and 5. Hard-hitting ball game tonight. Nelson checks the play. Now gets a new one. Trips out to the left side on 3rd down and 5. Nelson's back to pass, swings it out to Porch. He's got it complete, makes one man miss, but not enough as he gets dropped for, looks like about a loss of 1. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Nothing running there for the Los Alamitos Griffins. Running a little short-handed at the running back position with 2 running backs out now. And Gavin Porch, the next guy up, getting the majority of the carries.
4th down and 4. Nelson back in punt formation. And he boots it away. Line drive kick sends over the head of Nico Brown. Takes a Griffin roll inside the 10. Great punt by Malachi Nelson. They're going to stop it down to the 1-yard line. What a punt, Malachi Nelson. Hitting in a run just like a golf shot over the head of Nico Brown. And wow, pins Edison all the way back inside the 1-yard line. Whoa.
We don't want to give you the secrets, but I think Malachi Nelson has been watching some Tiger Woods chip out of the sand videos, because that one dropped exactly where he wanted to on the green and rolled right to the pot, right to the hole.
Well, that's going to certainly help his punting average. For Malachi Nelson, came into the game averaging 24 yards a punt, and that one was good for 54 yards. I think at 56 yards. No, 54 yards. There we go.
And Kent, this is about the time where Line 6, Los Alamitos defense is notorious for pinning their ears back and coming after the offense.
Well, let's see what we got going on here. If Coach Grady decides to roll the cubes or just tries to get out of the shadow of their own goalposts. 7:45 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Edison has it, 1st and 10, inside their own 1-yard line. Leal gets it, punches through. Picking up a couple on that play.
That time linebacker JoJo Nuez and Mason Burt meeting together, plugging the holes there right at the line of scrimmage, doing a good job of trying to make that tackle in the backfield, and the running back was able to just barely miss the tackle and get a few yards there to give them some breathing space.
2nd down and 8. Leal offset to the left. He gets it one more time and runs into a wall of Griffins right about the 5-yard line. It's going to bring up a 3rd down, and they're down in a long 5.
And that time, number 20, Isaiah Dorsey, came up to make the tackle, playing a hybrid free safety, strong safety tonight. And he's going to be getting all the playing time, it looks like, for the rest of the game, as he usually comes in to give a breather for Gerardo. But now Gerardo being out, Dorsey will be seeing the rest of the night.
Well, we may see our freshman out there. Griffins have a very solid freshman safety, Timmy Tuyamayoga. I butchered his last name. Call him Timmy T. 3rd down and 5. Shotgun set for Boyles. Back to pass he goes. Steps up. Avoids one rusher. It's got a 1st down as he crosses the 10-yard line. It looked like Shin Brennan went flying by him and missed him.
And just a veteran trick there from Edison's quarterback, Broyles, taking the ball up, pretending like he was going to throw, giving a pump fake to the defensive end who was hot in pursuit, and then taking the ball down and running it up the middle to barely pick up a 1st down.
That wasn't Brennan. That was actually, it looked like Misa that came flying in and jumped up high, but missed him altogether. 1st and 10. New set of downs for Edison. Boyles looks right, sets up, throws quickly to the outside. Fletcher's got it this time. And here comes a late flag. They're going to get the Griffins for a personal foul. I think they may have got it. It might have been helmet to helmet or something they didn't like, but they've been calling out pretty consistently all year long is, what was good back in the days when you were playing football, Justin, doesn't fly these days.
And Kent, there's just something in me that I can't get out of me, and that to me every time is going to look like the right type of tackle. Makai Lemon showing why he's going to go play at the next level, coming up full tilt, full boogie, and making a man hit. The wide receiver kind of taking the easy way out and sliding down and getting hit. And it leaves with what's going to look to be a helmet-to-helmet or helmet-targeting type hit, head-targeting type hit. Just tough. The game has changed, and we have to change as well.
That's clearly the way it is now. Safety's been everything. Back in your day, Justin, that's a clean hit. They never would have called any of that, but I've seen a whole lot of those calls this year. 1st down and 10 at their own 32. Fletcher again gets it, and this time he's dropped. JoJo Nuez on the stop, getting Fletcher as soon as he got the ball, and he'll lose a yard on the play.
And that time JoJo Nuez baited the quarterback into that pass. He was playing the outside linebacker position. He took a step or two out, knowing that the running back was going to come out there, and the quarterback threw it anyways to test him. A good job by JoJo Nuez making a one-on-one tackle on the running back.
We just reached the 5-minute mark here to go in the 3rd quarter. Griffins still holding on to a 7-point lead on 2nd down and 11. Boyles back to pass, fake, throws out to the right side, complete. P.J. Brown's got it. Not P.J. Brown, P.J. Campbell.
A good pass and catch from Broyles to his receiver, and Makai Lemon coming up to make the tackle just before the 1st down. That's going to bring up a 3rd and short. Real quick, Ken, a big shout out to Andrew Monique Calderella, an old teammate of mine. They just had a baby recently, and they're here listening in tonight. We appreciate you guys listening in.
I remember Andrew Calderella. Number 6 for the Griffins back in the day. I mean, for the Centurions, 3rd down and 1.
Good safety himself.
Leal's got a 1st down. Crossing the 45 to the 46-yard line. Edison making a nice big drive out the gate here after being pinned down inside their 1-yard line. A couple good plays and a couple nice passes, coupled with the penalty, and they're in business.
They're chewing up some clock right now as well, Kent. They are very good at executing their run plays. They hit the line very fast, and their offensive linemen don't have too much to give. So while the Los Alamitos Griffins defense has been good in pass coverage, the D and run coverage has been a little bit tougher.
Boyles inside handoff down to the 49-yard line. Edison had been really pass heavy the first 2 games against Trabuco Hills and also against Newport Harbor. A lot more balance in tonight's ball game. They're seeing a lot more of Leal carrying the football, mixing it in with the running of both Broyles and the passing, the quick passing game. It's keeping the Griffins a little off balance on defense.
The difference being is the Griffins secondary is much better than the other teams that Edison has gone up against. I do believe they changed the way they were trying to play this football game to run the ball a lot more.
2nd down and 7. Empty backfield for Boyles. Back to pass he goes, steps up, designed to run. Mason Burt stayed home and tripped him up. right at midfield.
And that's right there why you leave Mason Burt, the middle linebacker, as a spy against a quarterback like Broyles, because Mason Burt has the freedom to sit there for a second, diagnose what's going on at the play, and go straight after the quarterback if he decides to take that ball down and run. Also, he's a second measure. If the pocket breaks down around the quarterback, he's able to come up and make the tackle as well. Great middle linebacker play by Mason Burt, 100-plus tackles last season, and doing a great job this season as well.
Jeremy Gutierrez into the ball game for the Griffins on 3rd down and 5. Boyles back to pass, straight back, throws over the middle, complete. Brown in a crossing pattern. 1st down for Edison. Still on his feet, get hit. Took a whole bunch of hits there. He's going to need a little pain ease after that one. Boy, I'll tell you what, Brown took a lot of hits there. Took a hit, took a lick, and kept on ticking. Another 1st down for Edison.
And a big hit getting in on that hit was Jeremy Gutierrez, the junior, coming from the secondary, along with some of his brothers. Darian Wingfield getting in. I think JoJo Nuez may have been out there as well. These guys are playing a great game on defense in regards to gang tackling, which is what's necessary against a great team like Edison.
Tell you what, this drive's been a very impressive drive so far for the Chargers. 1st and 10, the Griffin 32. Leal has it. Mateo Leal tries the right side, gets to the 30.
At that time, a slower developing play on the offensive line for Edison. Real coming from the left side of the quarterback, getting the handoff and running it up the right side tackle. Looking for any space he had, was only able to pick up about 2.5 or 3 yards. Maybe 2 yards only there, Kent.
We're down to 1:30 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Edison with a long drive that started inside their own 1-yard line, all the way to the Griffin 30. Broyles back to pass, play fake, pump. Now he rolls out to the right side, throws on the run, and it's knocked away and almost intercepted.
Oh, back on the back end in the secondary. That's looks like Lane Broderick, number 5. He was able to get under the wide receiver from the safety position and almost come up with that interception, which would have been a huge play for the Griffins. They'll have to go back at it on defense and see if they can get a stop.
You know what they say, you never want to throw late across the field, and he did. And, boy, Lane Broderick had that one right in his sights and couldn't come up with that interception. 3rd down and 7.
He's going to want that one back tomorrow, Kent.
Boy, receiver set on a big 3rd down here for the Chargers. Got to believe it's 4-down country. Boyles back to pass. Bull rush by the Griffins coming up the middle, and Tyler DeLeon get it from the backside. I couldn't tell who came up the middle and just absolutely annihilated the blocker, and that made a big hole for Tyler DeLeon to come running right behind him. But, boy, what a hit.
Ken, I think that was Achilles Campos. That looked like big number 16 to me. Achilles coming down low. He's not too big, but he was playing big on that play.
Boy, somebody came up really big on that one. That's going to bring up a 4th down as we're under a minute to go, and Edison's going to want to take time out and talk this one over. So we got 45 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter. 20-13, Los Alamitos. So we come back, it's going to be 4th down and 8.
Yeah,
wow, I'll tell you what, that was a hit. It almost looked like a big defensive lineman that came and just pushed the center back into the quarterback. But it may be Campos, as you said. It's one of those things. Did you catch the name on that train that came through? Wow, what a hit.
If anybody can give us the exact number of who actually made that hit in the backfield, that would help us out. We missed the replay, and we just seen a good rush there and a big hit. I thought it was Mason Burt originally, then I thought it was Achilles Campos. We'll have to see if it's a defensive lineman.
You mean somebody that? Yeah, we need a spotter. We're now that we're big time and doing this thing on YouTube, we need a spotter.
Yeah, and Ken, we have to give a big shout out to some of the families that are on tonight. The Destate family, the Brennan family, the Noble family, and the Gutierrez family, along with our families, the Vasquez family, the Bakel family, everybody else out there listening who's been part of our program over time. We appreciate you guys tuning in to our new channel on YouTube.
Here we go, 4th down and 8. Boyles straight back to pass, sets up, throws off his back foot. Almost like a punt, and it was. Mekhi Lemon's got it. He's coming back the other way. It almost looked like a punt. Now he reverses his field. Lemon in the open field. That's usually dangerous. Flag comes in on the play. Lemon still on his feet. Down to midfield he goes, but there's a flag laying right at the 31-yard line. Generally, it's a block in the back, but let's see. Mekhi Lemon showing what he could do with the ball in his hands. I'll tell you, that ball looked like a punt. the way he put it up in the air, and Lemon decided to go ahead and intercept that one instead of knocking it down, but he returned it all the way out to midfield. Let's see what this flag's all about. And there's a hold against the Griffins there, so it's going to wipe out a big return and put the ball back, looked like about the 31-yard line. So they're going to move it back 10 yards from there, but it's Griffins football right from that point.
And it's tough when you got a guy who's so athletic as Mekhi Lemon and takes the football from as far as you can go on the left side of the field all the way next to the sideline and then turns it backwards and tries to literally switch the whole field a la old school Barry Sanders. It makes it really hard to hold on to a block, especially a proper block that you're not going to get called for.
Well, the Griffins have it, 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line. Can't pick up the number of who the running back is in the backfield there. But inside handoff to him. And that's Gerardo. Gerardo back in the game, taken right down right at the line of scrimmage. Looked like he's got a lot of tape on that one shoe. Brian Gerardo into the ball game.
Gerardo keeps good to his word. He's a gamer. He is trying to go back out there, give that leg a test, and see how it goes. You know, it's a short season this year, Kent. These guys don't have the ability to take off a few games and then come back later on in the season fresh due to a small injury. You know, they got to play.
Well, that's going to be the end of the third quarter. The score at the end of 3, Los Alamitos Griffins 20, Edison Chargers 13, as both teams will flop ends of the field. But as you said, Justin, it's really great to see Brian Gerardo get back on the field. Again, we guessed on our coach's podcast a few weeks ago. Great-looking kid, very articulate. Just it's one of those guys you like. You want lots of Brian Gerardos on your team. Those guys are gamers. They just nice kids, good students, great kids.
And when it comes to looking at him, he's all bit of 5'10", 5'11", 180. He's a solid brick running back. He walks like an athlete. He talks like a gentleman, and when he gets on the field, he's able to do some special things, continuing to have an average of about 6.6 yards per carry going into this game. I mean, that's a great average for running back, especially one who came into this season not expecting to really be playing too much behind the starting run back, originally Josiah Murray.
Exactly right. And, by the way, he's playing, not only is he playing defense, he's also playing special teams. So for him to have that kind of a yards per carry average, playing all that time, that's hats off to that young man. 2nd and 10 for the Griffins. Nelson, low snap. Gerardo gets it right side, and he gets back to the line of scrimmage. That's about it.
Yeah, Gerardo seems to be trying to get his steps back. He's hitting the line hard, and that time going off the right side of the line, he ran right into a tackler, wasn't able to juke out of the way. The offensive line is going to have to do a better job of pushing forward and opening up holes for Gerardo in the second half. Or sorry, in the fourth quarter now, Kent.
3rd down and 9 for the Griffins. They'll send trips out to the left side. We haven't seen much of Shane Allen tonight. He's lined up in the slot. He just inside. Look like Alec Willis. Nelson, back to pass, rolls out to his right, giving chase. Using his legs, he's got a 1st down. Malachi Nelson. That's one of the things we haven't seen a whole lot of this year, but you can tell right there is able to break coverage and just get on down the sideline, scampering quickly for a 14-yard gain down the right sideline.
And really a big play for the Los Alamitos quarterback, Malachi Nelson, showing once again why a lot of people are really hot on the tail of Malachi Nelson and are very interested in watching this game tonight.
1st and 10 Griffins. Gerardo gets it up the middle, off to the right side he goes. He'll pick up looks like 4 or 5 yards on that play. Gerardo again running hard. Kid runs behind his shoulder pads, and anybody who's a running back coach will tell you that anytime you're doing that kind of thing, it's good things. Always good things when you can run behind those shoulder pads, but you can tell he's a little gimpy out there.
That time he ran right behind George Baricelli, who was leading his block and created the space for Gerardo to pick up a few yards.
Nelson this time under center. Griffins in a power set. Play action fake. Nelson steps back, throws down the right sideline. Oh, I think it's a completion. We'll see who's got the ball. The officials are not sure. They're calling it an interception. Usually when there's dual possession, they give it to the receiving team.
And they're both
I can't tell who had it. You have to send this one to the replay official and find out.
And you look, Mekhi Lemon comes up with the football ultimately, once again, usually the tie goes to the receiver. I'm not sure if Mackay got his hands ripped off there, but Coach Fenton seems to be
he is
pretty hot about it. And Edison guys are in Mackay's face.
Well, okay, it looks like Edison. I can't tell who's got it. The officials are over there huddling. They haven't even quite figured it out yet. Yeah, the side judge point interception, but they're still discussing this one. Generally, when there's a tie, it usually goes to the receiving team. But let's go ahead and figure this one out. Yeah, I mean, almost every time tie goes to the offense, and you had Nelson coming away. I mean, Mackay Lemon actually having the ball, coming out with the ball. I'm not sure how they would give that an interception, but we'll see.
Yeah, a lot of the fans out here yelling over to the side that tie goes to the receiver. It's our ball. Looking back even on the film here, both the wide receiver and the cornerback had their hands on the ball the whole time. They were on the ground in a battle for it. The ref is standing over them, taking a long while to make a decision. I think he was trying to reread the playbook and figure out what it said. The other refs were quick to go over there and have a discussion with him, as I believe that one or two of them may feel the same way we do, that on a play like that, it's probably the receiver's football.
Long discussion here anyway. Well, the ball, it's somebody's ball right around the 15-yard line or the 14-yard line. They're giving it to Edison. And that's going to draw a few boos from the faithful here. And I can't say I disagree with them. When it comes down to when you have dual possession, everybody knows it's supposed to go to the offense, and that seemed like dual possession for me. But again, we're on the far side. We really couldn't tell. So.
Yep, well, Los Alamitos defense will have to step up and get it back. At the end of the day, you can't cry over spilt milk.
Well, Edison's got it. 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. 10-19 to go here in the fourth quarter. Griffins up 20-13. Empty backfield for Boyles. Back to pass he goes. Steps up. Avoids one tackler. Still on his feet. Slides down near the 20, just short of the 30-yard line.
Tackle made that time by Isaiah Dorsey, who did a good job of letting up as the quarterback went to slide at the last minute. A tough play because, as a safety, you want to come in there and make a big hit.
Well, his slide started right back at the 27-yard line, but that was enough for a first down. Boyles really his longest run of the night. You remember him last year busting a 65-yarder off against the Griffins. Boyles again back to pass, sets up throws. Campbell's got it complete right at the 45-yard line. It's like a busted coverage there, as Campbell got free all alone down the right sideline.
I'm not sure what happened
T.J. Campbell on the reception there.
Looked like Darian Wingfield was out in that area playing a coverage, maybe a cover 2 or a cover 3 for Los Alamitos, and wasn't able to stay on the receiver.
Another first down for Edison. Edison's been moving the ball its last 2 drives. Heading down towards 9 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. 1-score ball game. Empty backfield again for Boyles. He's looking left, sets up, throws out, complete. Right at the 45-yard line, going to be close to another first down. I think they've got it.
And the Griffins giving a lot of cushion right now in the secondary. I'm not quite sure why. Edison hasn't been too big on throwing any deep passes tonight. They've only really tried short and intermediate. So the Griffins are going to have to tighten up in the secondary and contest these footballs, because they're getting out on their routes quickly, getting the ball out quickly, and able to pick up 6-7 yards each time.
Tyler Hampton on the receiving end of that one. The 6'4" junior hauling that one in from Boyles. 1st and 10 at the Griffin 45. Liao gets it up the middle. He goes, breaks one tackle, breaks another tackle, knocks Griffin backwards. This time he got the better of Dorsey, and he crosses the 35-yard line for another Charger first down.
That time he bounced off Dorsey, who was trying to come up and make another big hit, putting his face mask right into his chest like he was supposed to. Dorsey bounces off, and Shin Brennan, with a good hustle, ends up making that tackle, Kent.
Luna comes hobbling off a little bit, a little gimpy. Comes Luna for Edison. Lau stays in the backfield on 1st and 10. They're picking up yards and chunks, do the Chargers. Back to pass, play action fakes, throws, complete. Campbell's got it, makes one man miss, makes another one miss. And Bratt taken down hard. by Lane Broderick. P.J. Campbell close to the sticks for another first down. See where they mark him.
Darian Wingfield in the left side of the secondary having a little bit of a tough time making those short tackles tonight, but Alec Wills doing a good job of covering the back of his brother, getting up and making the tackle himself.
Second down and 1. Leal up the middle he goes. Head of steam, crosses the 20 to the 19-yard line.
Another tackle on that play by JoJo Nuez coming from the right outside linebacker spot. He comes all the way around. The running back is able to chase him down and make the tackle at the legs after a first down.
Well, the field certainly feels tilted this time so far in this game, and there's a timeout on the field. Los Alamitos takes timeout, and the Edison faithful over in the eastern end zone let out a roar. 7:21 to go here in the fourth quarter. Los Alamitos barely hanging on to a 20-13 lead as Edison's been marching the ball almost all this fourth quarter.
And you got to love Los Alamitos taking the time out there, Kent. They needed to stop the momentum of Edison and get a chat with their defensive guys, calm them down and say, hey, we need to get a big stop here, guys. We got a chance. We've got a chance to get a stop here and really put the game in our offensive hands to take away from the Edison Chargers. If Edison is able to score, however, the offense will most likely have to go out there and get another score on the board as well.
Yeah, you know, typical Edison Los Alamitos football that you've had for, except for last year, and maybe the year before, but year after year, these always been Los Alamitos Edisons. They've always been, you know, head-to-head kind of battles, and again, that's what you'd expect for the number 5 and number 7 teams in the county to be having a game like this. First and 10. Edison now at the Griffin 18-yard line. Boyles hands off to Lau, and he's stopped. Looks like he's going to be stopped short of the line to gain, of the line of scrimmage.
Just over 7 minutes left in the fourth quarter, Kent. The Los Al defense looks like they found something new and are going to be bringing some more pressure on the run plays.
No gain for Liao on that play. Second down and 10. Now boys going to take another look, call a different play. Here we go. Back to pass he goes, play fake throws over the middle, complete, flag on the play. Right now it's a touchdown, but let's see what happens. Looks like Nico Brown on the receiving end of that one, but let's check out the flag.
Either way, Kent, that was a fantastic throw and catch. Mason Burt almost able to get his hands up on it.
It's holding against Los Alamitos. The touchdown's going to stand. Nico Brown with his third touchdown of the night.
And Kent, this is where that extra point that was missed by us would have come up big, and the extra point that was missed by Edison would have come up big.
Well, this extra point looms large for Los Al and Edison. Riley Holmes, the senior, left-footed, trying to tie this ball game up. Snap down, it's low, kick is up, and it is true. So we are all tied at 20 with 6:33 to go here in the fourth quarter.
And this is where big-time offense comes in, Kent. It's time to anchor down and make some plays. Edison's got all the momentum right now, and we need to get it back.
I'll tell you what, this half has been all Edison, and it started with that ball, with that punt that inside the 1 yard line. Edison took it the length of the field, and while they didn't get any points off of that one, you could tell they got their momentum back. The momentum clearly shifted right in that drive, and Edison's had it the entire time.
And then just exchanging interceptions after that, Kent. We get an interception as they throw one up in what looked to be pretty much a punt. And, a penalty on the end of that play. And they come back. We're on third down. We go deep from Malachi Nelson to Makai Lemon down the sideline. And, of course, a controversial call from the refs on a contested ball and a contested catch, which in both, to what we could see, the receiver and the cornerback had the football in their hands. in usual football, the tie would go to the receiver. Unless there's something else that you guys on YouTube seen that you could comment on, that could be a big turning point in this game. LaSalle will have to do their thing to make sure that that isn't the end-all, be-all story of this game when the night ends.
Well, it's called adversity, and the teams, that's part of the mantra of Los Alamitos football is to overcome adversity, and they certainly need to do it here. They felt adversity, even if they got what they thought was a raw deal on a call. They got to put that one behind them. The funny thing is the official had the ball teed up at the 45-yard line, and Coach Fenton came over and said, hey, let's move the ball back where it belongs, fellas. We're giving the refs a whole bunch of kudos earlier, and we'll go ahead and pull those back a little bit now. A little bit of a goof there. And now we're getting ready to get back underway here. He's had no trouble getting the ball into the end zone anyway, so here we go. Booms it away into the end zone. Good 5 yards deep. And the Griffins will take over. 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. 6:33 to go. Can't tell how many timeouts they got left. I want to say the Griffins have taken 2 timeouts here in the second half. But it's not on the scoreboard here.
I know that we took one on defense on that last series right before they scored. We had a timeout. I think we may have another one. What's going on with the scoreboard, Kent? No.
There's no timeouts
on
showing
there
over there. So I know there was at least, I know both teams have had 1 timeout. We'll just let it go at that. We'll see what happens. We'll believe it when the officials will tell us. 1st and 10 Griffins. Throw complete out to Lemon. Trying to reverse his field, being surrounded by a whole host of white jerseys, and he'll lose a few on that play.
That time Edison had the inside wide receiver screen, or the wide receiver bubble screen, scouted very well, and were able to tackle Makai Lemon behind the line of scrimmage.
Loss of 2 on the play, 2nd down and 12. Trips out to the right side. Lemon is singled up on the left side. Nelson back to pass. Now he looks for Lemon. He's got it complete. 40-yard line. At the 50. At the 30. To the 20. To the 10. All the way down to the 5-yard line. Makai Lemon. Big play. Big play strike. Makai Lemon all the way down to the 5-yard line.
Makai Lemon showing what he's all about. Showing why he's a big-time football player. Number 14, the wide receiver.
Wow, and the tackle on that play, Joya, who's saved a touchdown. He's down on the sidelines, but not before Makai Lemon flipped the field. 75 yards all the way down to the Edison 5-yard line.
And it looks like the Traders will have to go out to see the Edison football player who is just taking his helmet off. It looks like a lower body type of injury. He's popping up, though, and he's walking back to his sidelines.
Yeah, it's a chilly night, so, you see hammies go, you see a lot of things go. But I'll tell you what, every time you see Makai Lemon singled up there, that was almost easy to call that they're going to him. Even though it was on the short side of the field here, they still got it to him, and he just makes one man miss, and it's over.
And, Kent, that's just a simple post route right there. Makai turns his body in, catches a post route, and is able to split 2 defenders to create the space he needed to almost run for a touchdown.
1st and goal Griffins. They're at the 6. Porch, the ball carrier, trying to make something happen and nothing doing. I don't think he got back to the line of scrimmage. He may have. That'll bring up a 2nd and 6.
A different style running from Porch than Gerardo. And down here in the red zone where the field shrinks, sometimes it's a little bit more efficient to have a bigger body back. That time Porch got rushed by a whole line of defenders and wasn't able to break free.
2nd and goal from the Griffins. For the Griffins at the 6-yard line. Jumbo set. Nelson's under center. Back to pass he goes. Sets up, throws out. Lemon got it. Touchdown, Griffins!
And just
Makai Lemon. Malachi Nelson threw that ball before Nelson made his break. What a great, you talk about the chemistry between quarterback and receiver. That was an incredible throw there.
Well, Kent, that's all set up and play call there from Coach TJ Fenton, the offensive coordinator, he put all the backs in the backfield to show them like he was going to come with a full house running game, and instead goes just to his one wide receiver out wide and lets the 7-1-4 connection cook up one more time tonight.
On attack on the extra point, Tyler McLaughlin. Snap down, kick is up, and it is good. So with 4:41 to go here in the fourth quarter, Los Alamitos regains the lead, 27-20 on Edison. Boy, I'll tell you what, that touchdown pass from Nelson to Lemon was incredible. That one of those things of beauty. It's the chemistry they've had probably since back in youth football days. It's one of those very special types of things that you could see it develop from our vantage point. And it was almost clearly what was going to be happening there. But to throw the ball before the break, that's big time football there.
And it's big time confidence in your guy to just know my guy's going to win, because when you throw that football on an out route like that, the quarterback has the potential to try to jump that route. And if he's able to jump that route and catch that football, he's going to the house the other way. So the timing has to be exact on that out throw. He's 6 yards out from the end zone, wants to throw an out to the pylon, essentially, and basically caught the football with his hands almost out of bounds and his feet just in bounds. A great pass and catch, about as professional as it can get right there, Kent, on this level at least.
That's one of those jaw-dropping throws right there. Wow. McLaughlin approaches the ball, kicks it away towards Nico Brown. They'll kick it out of bounds this time. And Edison will be taken over from their own 35-yard line.
And 4:41 left in the game. The Griffins defense, once again, a very big strength for the Griffins last week, and the catalyst for that win. Will be looking to come up with a stiff 3-and-out, maybe a big play or something, as Edison has been able to dink and dunk their way down the field all night behind their quarterback Broyles, and also behind the receiver, and kind of just an all-around athlete in Brown.
Yeah, Nico Brown's one of those. Again, we talked about him early. We talk about him often today. He's been the star of the show so far for the Edison Chargers. So you got to keep your eye on number 23 in white. Okay. 1st and 10. Ball's on the right hash. Empty backfield for Broyles. Boyle steps up in the pocket, designed run, keeps it, makes one man miss, goes outside. Looks like a flag comes flying in from the umpire.
Defense,
That's usually a hold against the offense. Well, let's see. It is holding against the Chargers, so that'll wipe out that 8-yard run by Boyles and set them back 10 yards.
And a good job pursuing the play by the Griffins defense. And it's, the pressure of the defensive line that causes that hold. Both of these teams playing very fresh on the defensive and offensive lines towards the end of the fourth quarter in this game just shows the discipline of both teams and the programs in which they play. Great coaching staffs and a great game so far tonight, coming down to the end here.
Clock is winding. We're at 4:17 and counting here in the fourth quarter. 27-20, Los Alamitos. Boyles looks left, throws over the middle, incomplete. Nice job on defense there by Lane Broderick, knocking that one away. Big time play by the junior. The junior free safety coming in, knocking that one away.
And Lane Broderick coming over from the Modern Day program last year, really doing a good job all through the offseason and proving his athleticism and just punching it to everybody who's in front of him. That time breaking up the pass for the Edison receiver.
2nd down and 17. Empty backfield again for Boyles. Sets up, throws hard over the middle, incomplete. Flag comes flying in as they're going to get Makai Lemon for pass interference.
Makai's playing man up, zone coverage, zero coverage on the wide receivers, running step for step with them. It looks like the wide receiver goes down to the ground. It looked like he tripped over himself and they're going to call Mackay for it because, unfortunately, Kent, tonight Mackay is just too physical, too fast, and having too much fun, and we can't have this much fun during COVID. I had to have one joke tonight, Kent. Sorry, guys.
Okay. Okay, well, that won't be a first down. It'll be a second down. It'll move the ball out to the Edison 43-yard line. Second down and 2 there. Clock is stopped at 3:58. Trips out to the left side for Boyles. They'll hand it off up the middle, and that's enough for a first down. Darting right through the middle was Fletcher there, the ball carrier for Edison, and that's enough for an Edison first down.
And Edison trying to control the clock through their running game all night, trying to wear out this Los Alamitos defense. Los Alamitos has a lot of guys going both ways. Gavin Porch coming off to the sideline right now, going away from the nickelback defense.
Just short of midfield is Edison, as we're at 3:26 and counting. Getting a play change is Boyles. Official's got his hand raised. Looks like, I'm not sure if they're going to get this one off, and they're going to have to take a timeout. Just before the delay of game, Coach Grady has to burn a timeout here. I think that's the second of the half. That leaves them with 1. So, wow. Justin, our first game back is kind of nice. A little excitement here, and what a lot of people would say would be for the Sunset League Championship. But Huntington Beach has been playing pretty well so far in this season. They're also undefeated in the Sunset League. They're 1-0 in league play. They're 2-0 overall. They're taking on Corona Del Mar tonight at Huntington Beach High School. Ordinarily, we'd have some kind of a writer up here giving us some scores, but we don't have anything like that tonight.
Kent, this is what you call an old-fashioned nail biter.
Yeah, it's kind of great, I like this. This is I could do this more often, right? Let's do this again next week. What do you say?
Yeah, it's great to be back. It's great to be up here, and we're up here moving back and forth, me and you on this lift, and man, we're just hoping to pull this one out, Kent.
Yeah, I like running in place. They kind of keep the blood flowing.
Yeah, it does. It keeps you warm.
Yeah, honey, you got to keep me warm tonight, okay? And that, honey, that's you, Carmen. Okay, 1st and 10. Boyles back to pass. Pump fake to the right, throws the left, complete. Slipping down is outside cover man. And there's another first down.
That time, Darian Wingfield and the outside linebacker couldn't combine on that side to make the tackle on the wide receiver, and had to wait for the safety, I believe Alec Willis, to come down and make that tackle right at the first down marker. And Edison gets the first down on that play and continues their drive forward.
Tyler Hampton on the receiving again, a big play there for Edison. 1st and 10 at the Griffin 39-yard line. 2:35 to go. Broyle steps up in the pocket. Looks like he's getting swarmed over, and he is. Mason Burt looks like he came in from middle linebacker spot to sack Broyles.
That was
got a 2-yard loss there.
Tyler DeLeon and Mason Burt both rushing into the quarterback's face as he was trying to take the ball down and run. I'm not sure if that one's a designed quarterback run or just a breaking down of the pocket caused by the defensive line, Ken.
Well, the Griffins did a nice job keeping him contained in the pocket as we're marching towards 2 minutes to go here in the 4th quarter. Edison taking an awful lot of time to get this play off. Boyles back to pass. Steps up in the pocket, trying to break contain, and he's going to go down, still on his feet, taken down after a few yards. Again, about 4 on the play, up to the 37-yard line. That's going to bring up a 3rd down, and we'll call it a long 8, as we're at minute 30 and counting.
This is
Edison's really taking their time here.
In 4-down territory, you got to imagine they're going to try to go for something.
I think Griffins are definitely going to want to keep in the pocket. Got to keep your eye on number 23, Deco Brown.
And you got to watch the trick plays on a situation like this. Hook and ladders, things like that.
3rd down and 8. Boyles back to pass, steps up in the pocket. He's in trouble. He breaks away from my man, throws complete. P.J. Brown's got it, stopped. He's tackled hard there by Mekhi Lemon. I think he's going to be short of the first down.
Mekhi Lemon just went down to the ground after the tackle. That was a big hit.
Lemon's down. Boy, he took a bit. He laid the hit, and he's hurt.
It's like he knocked the wind out of himself. He's grabbing towards the stomach. Mekhi Lemon, a huge part of this Los Alamitos football team tonight, and every night that we go out and play the football game, is still hurting right now.
Boy, that was a hard hit. I think that was P.J. Campbell on the receiving end of that, and Lemon came up and just took a big-time hit. And, boy, I'll tell you what, I don't know if he got the wind knocked out of him or what, but that's not a good sight to see number 14 on the ground like that.
Kent, we just got an update from Bobby B on YouTube. Thank you, Bobby B. It looks like Corona Del Mar, if Bobby B is correct, Corona Del Mar is up right now on Huntington Beach, 42-6. So the big dogs in the Sunset League, if that's the case, will be Los Al, Edison, and Corona Del Mar, battling back and forth. If Los Al could take this one out tonight, it will look good going forward for them in regards to owning the Sunset League title back in their possession once again after losing it last year to the Sea Kings.
Well, I'll tell you what, there's a bigger concern on the field right now is Mekhi Lemon, but he gets off and he's running out the field. It's with that kind of a hit, you got to think that was one of those got the wind knocked out of me things.
Yeah, I got the wind knocked out, or I got a dead arm, because he came in and he laid everything he had into that hit in order for that receiver to go down and him not to get a first down, which was a necessary play from Mekhi Lemon.
Well, we'll see if Lemon's big hit stopped him short of the first down. As they pull the stick, they didn't. First down, Edison. 54.8 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter. Griffins hanging on to a 7-point lead. Edison, I believe, has only got one timeout left, and the clock will start on the hack, and there's the clock. It's running. Edison's really slow getting up to the line.
And you got to remember right now, Kent, Mekhi Lemon is not on the field at his normal cornerback position, so you got to wonder if Edison's going to try to pick on the new cornerback who just came into play.
We're at 44 seconds. Clock is winding down. Boyles, play action fake, scrambles out to the left side. Now he comes back the other way. Tyler DeLeo's got him, and down he goes. He loses the ball. We'll see what's going on here. There's a timeout taken. Looks like Coach Grady calls his final timeout. So the ball was fumbled. Okay, the ball was fumbled. Edison picked it up. They'll end up losing 3 on the play. There's 28 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter. Second down and 3, and Edison's burned its final timeout of the ball game.
And just as Broyles was getting tackled there, he tried to throw the football. He ended up throwing it down on the ground, somewhat of a spike or just lost the football right before, and one of his offensive linemen or running back or somebody in that mix was able to pick that ball up and run for a few yards. But good job by the Griffins defense to provide the pressure to make sure that he didn't have the opportunity to throw the football downfield.
Well, a good sight for the Griffin faithful is Mekhi Lemon. Walks back on the field, kind of stretching out everything. We'll see how he's doing. Looks like he's okay.
Big-time players playing big-time plays, Kent. That's Mekhi could be hurting right now, but he got right back out on the field after one play, and he's looking to finish this game, and he's going up right now against their best player in Brown.
But that was a huge play. When you talk about big play, Tyler DeLeon, the senior, all over Broyles on that one. Crowd on its feet. Second down at 13, 28 seconds to go in the ball game. Edison all out of timeouts. Broyles back to pass. Broderick's got him. Down he goes!
And Los Alamitos makes a big play, tackling the quarterback in the backfield.
Tyler DeLeon's running all the way down the other end zone, but officials calling him down. I'm not sure why they're calling timeout. This should not be a timeout situation here.
This clock should be running. And the clock's back and running, Kent. The clock is back and running.
There's 12 seconds to go. There's 6 seconds against the final play of the ball game. Broyles back to pass, throws. Nico Brown's got it. Up the middle he goes, trying to do the cow play. They lose the ball. Griffins have it. Time expires. Clock's 0-0. Put this one in the game for the victory.
And that one right there, Ken, is exactly what the coaches talked about. Another big game where the Griffins learn how to grow in the hard ways of football. A fantastic win. They held it together. Man, Ken, I can't be more impressed.
What a game. Defense comes up big at the end there. What a game by both teams, as Edison certainly acquitted themselves, but the Griffins come out on top. Great game tonight here at John Barnes Field at Los Alamitos, where the Los Alamitos Griffins win 27-20. I'll tell you what a great game.
Kent, we're back to dancing like before the game once again. Big win for the Griffins. It feels good. We haven't been out here in a while, and the Griffins really showed out tonight for their fans. Everybody in attendance. Wow, Kent, what an exciting game.
We got high fives down there by Darren De Leon, the dad of Tyler De Leon, and
It's like we're
Eric Nelson, Malachi Nelson's dad, all slapping big high fives here for the Griffins. Now this is probably the funniest thing I've ever seen. I'm not sure who came up with this idea, but they're going to have both teams line up and wave bye to each other instead of, slapping high fives. They've been sweating at each other for 60 minutes, but now they're going to be safe and wave bye to each other.
It's like a pageantry.
I just don't get that. But hey, you know what? Great game tonight. Griffins moved to 3-0 in the season. Edison falls to 2-1. Griffins now take control of the Sunset League, and especially with Corona Del Mar beating Huntington Beach, that's next week's opponent for the Griffins. The Griffins are in great shape to take this Sunset League title this season.
And you guys will have to keep your eyes on the local rankings and the California rankings, which will be coming out from usually OC Varsity and Max Preps alike. Max Preps had Los Alamitos going in this week at number 9 in the state. We'll see if they're able to climb, as well as Edison, who was number 7 in the county, and Los Al number 5 in the county. Los Al continuing to climb. What right now looked at to be is one of the best public schools in high school football.
Yeah, it's been at least 20 years since the Griffins. It's been at least 20 years since the Griffins have ranked this high in the state. Well, that's going to go ahead and wrap things up here tonight at John Barnes Field. I want to thank Griffins News for putting this thing on. Got to say, give a special thanks to our cameraman, Jake. Great job over there tonight, bringing this into you, as well as the rest of the crew, Connor Brown in the truck, as well as the rest of the guys. I wish I had the rest of them here for us.
And Kent, we got to say thank you to our guests at halftime. We got to say thank you to the coaches, and I hope they don't turn the light feed off, because we're about to light the Ace of Spades, one of our favorite things to ever do.
Well, I don't know if we do that anymore.
Maybe not this year, huh?
No, we're going to wrap things up here. Thank you again for tuning in to Griffin News. For Justin Connolly, this is Kent Piquel saying goodnight from John Barnes Field, where the Griffins win 27-20.